Do you want to learn how to be a producer, DJ, on-air talent, or influencer? Visit beonair.com and discover a media school that's changing the game. We have 7 campuses across the country, and you can graduate in as little as 8 months. No math or English classes here, just classes that interest you and give you hands-on experience with real-world professionals in the media industry. And there's financial aid available for those who qualify. Stop sleepwalking through life. Show up for your dreams. Visit beonair.com and take the free career assessment. beonair.com.
Welcome everybody to another edition of high school football right here on ChagrinValleyConference.com and CVC TV over on the YouTube. Matchup tonight in our CVC TV Game of the Week, the visiting 4-2 Fairview Warriors taking on the home 4-1 Cuyahoga Heights Red Wolves. And Kyle Cornell, Double A, Anthony Alford with you. As always, here in the booth tonight for the matchup, Anthony, between these two teams that are having similar paths right now, both having great seasons. Fairview's been in every game, and they've been dominant in some of them too. Cuyahoga Heights doing what Cuyahoga Heights does best, win. They do it again this year to the 4-1 start.
You know what's amazing? We've had matchups throughout this year where two teams have contrasting styles, and they're looking at their opponent and saying, beat us our way. You know, Cuyahoga Heights, they want to run the football. They have the option offense that you're going to have to figure out. Fairview, they're going to throw the ball up and down the field. So it's going to be a matter of where you want to, who's going to break kind of here today.
And both teams coming off of wins from this past week. The Red Wolves, the home team here, 35-13 win over Independence at Independence. They've been able to build and get their first division win of the season here in the CVC Metro. On the other side, the Fairview Warriors coming off a 44-7 win against Trinity. Then a big game for the defense in Fairview too. We talk about the offense. We'll get to Burke Lowry and company in a second. But the defense, the first time this season that Fairview was able to hold a team under 20 points last week, starting to show some signs on the other side of the football that could spell some trouble tonight for the Red Wolves.
Well, and that's something that they have to do. They have to maintain that defensive effort. And it can't just be a one-game thing. It can't just be a one-week thing. It's something that they just have to maintain, keep that momentum going, and go from there.
Well, let's talk about the Warriors' offense, though. Over 40 points per game, the passing ability. Burke Lowry, 331.5 yards per game this season. That's third best in the state of Ohio. We are spoiled a little bit with some great quarterback play here in the CVC AA, and Burke is no exception to the rule. He's been fantastic this season.
And 23 passing touchdowns, second in Ohio through 6 weeks. So make no mistake about it. He is a fully developed senior quarterback. He is locked in. and ready to go. And what did I tell you when we was on the field during the pregame? He got taller, he got bigger. 6'4", 200 pounds. So he has the muscle as well to deliver those footballs.
Four-year starter doing some great things this season, as Double A just mentioned, for the Fairview Warriors. On the other side, for Coach Martin and company, the defense has always been the calling card, running the football. We know they can do that. They only scored 26 points a game this year, but they hold on to the ball for a long period of time, allowing almost 21 points per game. But over the past 3 games, Double A, only 11 points per game. The defense on the other side for Cuyahoga Heights really starting to find their groove, too.
100%. And it all depends, too, when you lock down defensively, then their offense takes over. It's ball control. And that's where Cuyahoga Heights is at its best. All 29 years of Coach Al Martin as the head coach of this football team, they want to dominate the ball control every single time.
I'll tell you what, too, for Heights, a tough season. Injuries again this year were in their ugly head. Unfortunately, Anthony Rocco, Noah Tokar, and Chuck Flamert all out for the year, all starters on that front, playing offense and defense. A tough task for Coach Martin and company, but they've been able to adjust to this point, and that's why you see that 4-1 record. On the other side, hey, Fairview's had some bumps in the road, too. Both their losses coming to undefeated teams. Talk about losing 27-20 to Columbia and then losing big to Kirtland, but they were up in the second half in both of those games. Coach Sean Rank telling us, hey, you know what? We felt really good about those games, just couldn't get the job done and finish, but we think this is a great season, and you're seeing a build-off of last year. This team was really good last season, too.
Yeah, really good. It was just a matter of consistency. When we had Fairview's games a year ago, it's like, this is a talented team, but can they be consistent? And that's really kind of the big thing that they were looking at. But I think here, the major key or Fairview Tavern keys to the game for both of these teams, who can maintain a good lead in the fourth quarter. Again, for Cuyahoga Heights, you know, they have won 3 out of 4 close games in the fourth quarter, where Fairview, again, the ones that they have lost, tough competition. So this game will be close. This game will be, you know, what you expect between 2 high-powered teams, CVC Metro Division, Kyle. So when it comes down to the fourth quarter, who's going to be able to maintain their poise and not turn the ball over?
The senior leadership on both sides of this game, Double A, is just in droves. You see it on, of course, the Red Wolves team, and of course for the Warriors too. And again, there's so much to break down through it. And we talked about scoring a couple weeks ago. We had the pleasure to enjoy the 49-48 game with Geneva and Hawken, and that was a back and forth between 2 of the best teams in the CVC. You could say this game, maybe before the past week or 2, could have been on that same track, but the way these defenses are really starting to play, I mean, it could end up being a little bit of a lower scoring game, which would be, who would that favor? You would think normally that would favor Cuyahoga Heights.
It should. It should, because of their ball control situation. I don't know if I agree with that statement, though. Like, you're going to have 2 offenses that, you know, can Cuyahoga Heights limit the big plays defensively? We'll see. Now, what's going to be interesting here, Cuyahoga Heights is going to start with the football in this game. So how much of that ball control can they manage? And the other big story, too, they've had some issues with turnovers. You know, so keeping the football, having a successful scoring drive will be huge for the Red Wolves.
And talking to Coach Rank before the game, too, on the Fairview side, for as good as Burke Lowry has been, completing passes and obviously the yards, the touchdowns, everything in between, 9 interceptions this year. A couple of those came towards the end of halves, throwing Hail Marys. But Coach Rank did say, hey, 3 to 4 maybe were just some bad decisions. And he likened him to Brett Favre. He said, you know what, hey, listen, this kid's going to be able to throw the ball all over the field. They can do a great job with that as well. But sometimes there is some risk. We're still trying to mitigate that a little bit. But for the most part, Burke Lowry's been able to kind of tighten up, especially here late.
Very true. But I'll tell you what, this is such a huge game. If you look at the rest of the schedule, like, both teams have winnable games the rest of the way. So inside track, a lot on the line here tonight.
And we're just moments away from kickoff here from Cuyahoga Heights High School. In our Week 7 matchup, again, the record is true, 4-1 for the Red Wolves. They did not play Week 2. We had a little bye in season. And it's a pooch kick. We're underway. The ball bounces down, picked up. Cuyahoga Heights in their red and gray. Returning, falling down to the 32-yard line was Tyler Meadwell, and that's where the offense and their own junior quarterback, Zach Schaefer, will take over. Schaefer in his own right, AA, 6'3", 225. He is really growing into that role year by year.
Yeah, and he stands out when you're on the field, but I'll tell you what, it's a big offensive line, too. Like all these guys, you see they're coming out of the blocks here. A lot of size at offensive line you see on the TV screen.
So 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Red Wolves. The pitch, a little spin pitch to the outside is taken in and not where to go. Great stop on the outside right there by Mason Woodworth, the senior. That was Xander Merriweather who got the carry and just couldn't turn the corner.
And it's going to be so important for the defense to be able to read the keys. We've seen teams, obviously Kirtland, and of course Cuyahoga Heights, a lot of options. And you got to be able to be smart and get right to the action.
So 2-yard loss on the play, now 2nd and 12 for the Red Wolves. Schaefer going to hand it up the middle, and again, Fairview right there. Host of tacklers, including number 6. That being LaMarcus Clark. We're going to hear his name a lot tonight on both sides of the football. Yeah, he's the leading tackler on defense, and he's the leading rusher on offense.
Yeah, and on defense, Clark coming into this game, 47 tackles coming into this game. Leading the team, as you just mentioned, Kyle.
Doing a great job with that now, as it is 3rd and 10. Early test for this Cuyahoga Heights offense. Schaefer in the shotgun. Maybe a quick screen pass to the outside. It's a good catch. It's a good run. Turning upfield, getting past the first down marker on a solid catch and run. Right there, that was Curtis Van Divner who was able to make the play and move the chains for Heights.
Divner had a great effort. There was a missed tackle on the perimeter, and his speed took over. He was able to get to second level. I thought that was going to be a 3-and-out, but was able to make that big play, get a first down.
Got around that corner double A and was able to just turn upfield, and there was no one else there. Good conversion on 3rd and long from the Red Wolves. Their hand on the inside. It's Chamberlain trying to push his way through, and he does get a nice solid gain of about 8. Going to hear Gavin Chamberlain's name a lot tonight.
Senior. I'll tell you what, he runs hard. He runs hard. Don't let 5'9" fool you. He runs hard. I'm saying 5'9" like I'm taller than 5'9", but you get my point.
That's what they call, what was it, wishful thinking. All right, there it is. Yeah, 2nd and short. Another handoff the middle to Chamberlain. Oh, that's right at the line to gain there. The way they're running, it looks like he may be just short. We'll see if they get the arrow.
Yeah, he might be short by less than a yard, Kyle.
I'm going to say maybe he's a half-yard short, double A, so 3rd and short now. Chamberlain, 3 early carries.
And again, you even see the size defensively as well. The defensive line, the linebackers. Watch the outside, even though you can easily go up the gut.
Schaefer under center, 3rd and short, turns. Gonna hand. I think he spun through and got the first down. Look, it was a late handoff. And that was to, I believe, Brendan Flynn, Jr. And Flynn got maybe a yard or two, but only needed about a half, so it's a first down for the Red Wolves.
You even saw in the handoff, sometimes handoffs and option offenses, they don't look pretty. But you trust that if you make the right decision, all you needed was half a yard and another 3rd down conversion for the Red Wolves.
This is what Coach Rank was telling us before the game. Hey, we don't want these long drives. They can take up a whole quarter with just one drive, and so far, Heights doing just that. Keeper for Schaefer. He breaks 1 tackle, tries to work his way inside after faking 2 different handoffs, and he gets about 4.
And another play where you have broken tackles for Cuyahoga Heights. Again, the size is just there. It's not going to be good enough today for Fairview just to get to the ball. They got to wrap up and with force and make the tackle.
This is right into the playbook of Coach Al Martin and company. Already 4 minutes off the clock in this first quarter on this opening drive of the ball game. Here in a beautiful night, Cuyahoga Heights. It's the first week of October, but you couldn't tell. Feels almost like it's still August outside.
Enjoy. I think this is the last weekend of that.
Huh? Don't jinx us now. Come on, bud. Schaefer going to pass. He's looking over the middle, going to take a shot right side, and that's incomplete over shooting his intended target. That was Flynn, who was out flat, couldn't make a catch. Third down on the way.
We have a flag there in the secondary.
Yeah, something came down late, right at the 30-yard line. That would usually be in the area either pass interference or holding. It's going to be holding against Fairview, so that should, I believe, move the chains and give them a first down. So null and void the incompletion, and Fairview, instead of forcing a 3rd and 6, gives up a first down on the penalty.
That's huge. And again, ball control. They can go back to the run if they like.
Schaefer again under center, going to turn handoff inside. Chamberlain breaks through it. Oh, he just got hit. It's a great tackle because I'll tell you what, Chamberlain had a lot of green space in front of him.
And just pure speed. And if Allen didn't make that tackle, Will Allen, if he didn't make that tackle, that's 6.
Yeah, they're having trouble with the chains down on the sideline, moving them down, but that was an 8-yard gain on the play for Chamberlain, and he shot out of there like a cannon. And Will Allen, one of the leading tacklers and the leading receiver, able to make that stop. Second and short. Another handoff. Chamberlain inside, gets past the 20-yard line down to just inside, maybe around the 19. And that should be enough for a first down.
Yeah, it's going to be, Kyle, just a bit. And it's so frustrating on defense because you feel like you do just enough, and it doesn't matter. Like, you know, you need a 2-yard stop. Cuyahoga Heights is getting 2.5 yards. Like, that's it's so frustrating defensively.
Both these teams on defense have been giving up more points than they'd like to, and could be in for more today on both sides, depending on how good these offenses so far. Heights has been great. Schaefer keeps it inside. He spins through, able to put his head down and get a few yards on that. Bit of a delayed option, and Schaefer still gets some positive yardage.
And the crazy thing about the option, even on plays that are not as successful, even though that was 4 yards there, you got to keep the defense honest. So you may go for a dive, you may go for an outside pitch that may not be favorable in the first quarter, but you wear down the defense, and that becomes a big play in the second half.
George McAllier with the tackle, 54 for Fairview. And again, we're going to go back to that 3rd and 10 on this drive, a chance to force a 4th down. But I think there's going to be a timeout called on the field. Heights going to take their first timeout. So with 6:13 to go in this first quarter, still 0-0, but the Red Wolves driving right here on CVC TV. And hey, speaking of us, I also want to thank the presenting sponsor of CVC TV, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, Drs. Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. They handle everything from dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. Also want to thank our friends over at Greeny Sports Cards, the largest producer of sports card trading shows in Northeast Ohio with 5 locations. And guess what? They're growing. Their next show, October 10th, mark your calendars, next Friday at Great Northern Mall in North Olmsted. You can see all their shows online at greenysportscards.com. That's greenysportscards.com.
Interesting that Coach Martin took the timeout. Of course, just want to make sure that you get the ideal play call in there. But so far, again, talking about ball control, again, we're almost 6 minutes into this first quarter. It's the first possession of the game.
And this is exactly, I'm sure if you could draw it up in the pregame, you know, time leading up to this game, how do you keep the ball out of Fairview's offense hands as little as possible? Take time off the clock and end the drive with points. That's been the goal all week for Coach Al Martin. It's blueprint for the Heights program. 2nd and 6, Schaefer looking to pass. Going to look left side, throws outside. It is caught, turns, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Cuyahoga Heights. Nathan Tomler with a great catch on the outside, and no one was behind the quarterback for help. It's a touchdown, Red Wolves.
Yeah, and it's tough, too, because the defender that was checking him, it was go for broke. Either you get the interception and probably a pick 6 the other way, or you score a touchdown. So
yeah, it's one or the other at that point. As they'll line up for the extra point attempt here. Fireworks right out of the timeout. Bryce Rush going to attempt that extra point for the Red Wolves, who get on the board first. They take up half of the first quarter with that possession. It's exactly what Coach Rank was talking about on the Fairview sideline. Kick is up, and it is Good. The score now 7-0. Red Wolves on top of the Warriors right here on CVC TV. Look at this replay one more time, Double A. Great pass on the outside by Schaefer.
Yeah, it was. And again, actually, you know what? The defender was out of step too. So get that football right where only your receiver can get it. Good score. Great drive. And again, you talked about the timing. Excellent job there. Exactly what Coach Martin drew up there.
It's fantastic. And of course, want to remind you folks, you see the logo on the bottom of our screen there. This game brought to you by the Fairview Tavern. We'll have a player of the game courtesy of Fairview Tavern at the end of tonight's contest as well. I want to thank Robert and company over at the Fairview Tavern for their great hospitality. And check them out. Great place to stop by and watch the Browns games on Sundays. This Sunday's a little challenging because they're playing so early in the morning over in London. But
hey, you got Ohio State in prime time tomorrow, so you can check them out. And at any time, lunch.
Tell you what, Cavaliers game's right around the corner, too. Why not? Come on down. Don't forget to ask for the Blue Plate Special, by the way, too.
Yeah, that's right. Again, check out thefairviewtavern.com.
It's the Fairview.
The Fairview Tavern.
You should probably ask them about that. Just get that kind of going, you know? I feel like that just, we have the opening right there.
I think it's there.
All right, so can Fairview's offense do what they've done all year and score points here? 7-0 Red Wolves after a 6-minute-long drive. It'll be a short onside type kick. It's up. It is taken by Heights. Right place, right time, right kick. Merriweather recovers it.
How about that?
Shocker, and still Fairview's offense will have to stay on the sideline.
And it's very possible they may not see the field at all this quarter.
Wow.
That is huge. And hey, smart. Steal possessions away from an offense that can score in 6 seconds.
Oh, my goodness. And Fairview's offense, 40.2 points per game. You've got one of the top 3 yardage and touchdown quarterbacks in the entire state of Ohio, and he hasn't seen a down on the field yet. 6 minutes into this first quarter, Coach Al Martin and company dialing up an onside kick. Like there was just a wall of red jerseys there, and Fairview just had nobody on that side. And a great kick by Rush, and now here we go again. Heights right back to where they were just moments ago. Turn handoff inside is Chamberlain. He lowers his shoulder and gets about 3.
And this is where, you know, if you're Fairview, the coaching staff worry a little bit like, okay, can our players lock back in defensively after a huge momentum swing? You know, if the longer this goes, you can't get a 3 and out, gets a little iffy.
And again, we talked about that last possession to that touchdown pass. It was a step away from being possibly an interception. There was nobody there on either side. But the ball went Heights' way on multiple different possessions here. 2nd and 7, other side of the 50. Handoff inside Chamberlain again, trying to lower his shoulder. He's going to push forward past the 40 down to about the 39, 38-yard line. Going to set up a 3rd and manageable for the Red Wolves.
Yeah, it's going to be important for the Red Wolves. You're getting the ball, you know, Merriweather, whoever it is, got to keep those legs moving somehow, some way. Again, Fairview has the size defensively to stop you in their tracks. Got to keep those legs moving.
So impressive to start the game for this Cuyahoga Heights offense. Just taking time off the clock too. We're under 5 minutes to go in this first quarter.
And this has been their bread and butter throughout this game. 3rd downs. They've been flawless on 3rd down.
Converted every single one to this point. Faced a few of those on that first drive just moments ago and able to convert every time. Schaefer going to drop back to pass. Normal drop, looking, taking a shot. Left side, he's got a receiver streaking there. It is caught. Touchdown. Curtis Van Divner down the left sideline for 39 yards, and it's 2 passing touchdowns that take the Red Wolves up 2 scores over Fairview.
This is such a dangerous team to face because let's look at the replay. It's so tough because you got to respect the running game even on 3rd down. But my goodness, great speed on the outside, getting the score.
I think Schaefer over the week heard all the talk about Burke Lowry and what he's able to do on the offensive side. Said, you know what, I can throw the ball too.
Why not?
Yeah, so far 3 of 3, 70 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. You think that'd be Lowry stats if we told you that one?
I think they got the block,
I think
Kyle.
they actually got a piece of that, so that's going to be no good. So the score going to remain 13-0. Cuyahoga Heights on top of Fairview right here on CVC TV. Well, transform your property with a fence from R&T Fence Company. Family owned for over 36 years. They provided top-notch fence installation services all across Northeast Ohio. Specializing in residential, commercial, and industrial fencing, they offer a wide range of options, including aluminum, vinyl, wood, and chain link. Call 330-626-5170 for a free estimate, or visit rtfence.com. Whether you need a new fence or a custom gate, trust the experts at R&T Fence deliver quality and professionalism. That's rtfence.com, your fencing solution. My goodness, what an amazing start to the game for the Red Wolves. Double A, 13 unanswered points. The offense for Fairview hasn't even touched the ball yet.
And they're going to make sure that this time they're going to get the football. I think the hands team is out.
Now you see Savion Harris creeping up a little bit. Number 11 at the bottom of your screen. You'll see him if the ball is onside kick again. Come on, big chess game. As Rush gets ready to boot this one away once again. Fairview trying to make some adjustments here and get back who they need to. You see Clark also creeping up a little bit at the bottom of your screen too, just trying to get some guys over there that can make that play and keep possession. And this time it's going to be a regular pooch kick. And that ball on the deck, but picked up by Fairview and brought down past the 35-yard line was Elijah Cochran. We're going to hear his name a few times tonight. And that's where, for the first time, we'll get to see Burke Lowry in this Fairview offense. But Double A, he's been put behind the 8 ball automatically because of this amazing start for the Red Wolves.
Yeah, and most of this offense is behind the 8 ball. Again, a lot of two-way starters. The quarterback's not one of them. But, again, finally getting on offense, Fairview down 13-0 because of the blocked extra point.
Talk about a game of inches and points here or there. We saw it come into play a few weeks ago. Geneva Hawken 49-48 was the final. What can happen here tonight? Can Fairview find some magic? Here we go. First down. On their own 35. Lowry looking to pass. Outside he finds Harris. Harris cuts back towards the middle. Savion Harris slices his way past the yard marker for a first down near midfield.
Again, Harris coming into this game, completing almost 500 receiving yards, and he has the speed. And what you saw for the first part of this game with Cuyahoga Heights running the ball, the exact opposite you're going to see for Fairview.
No, we've seen LaMarcus Clark run the ball pretty well, too, as he's going to get the carry. Work his right side. Here's Clark. He puts his shoulder pads down. He returns towards the first down marker, and he's right at it. I think you said something about them not being able to run.
No, they can run. Yeah, they can run. But it won't be the option. You're not going to see, like, the triple options. You're just going to see Clark just, when his number is called, he is just going to burst out of the backfield. Great blocking up front, too, to get those yardage in the first down.
Yeah, Clark over 500 yards rushing in his own right, 85 yards a game so far this season. Don't talk about it too much because you have the quarterback playing so well, but they have the ability to run that football too. Lowry going to work to the right side. He's going to step up and take off. Lowry lowering his shoulder, still staying on his feet, reaching the ball out and getting about 7 on that first down run.
Ref took some contact too. We're not going to let that go. Ref took some contact, but that was a great run though. And again, his ability on the ground too. I mean, he could deliver. He is such a full tool player. 2 rushing touchdowns.
He was able to still make some plays with his legs. So important today's day and age as quarterback. Pass inside. That one's out of the reach of his intended receiver over that right side. He was looking for Raiden Frazier. Let's set up third down.
I don't know if Frazier might have hesitated just a little bit there on the route.
He's throwing darts in there too. You got to be ready for those. It's going to be 3rd and 4 on the 36-yard line of Heights. Every possession, even though we're still in the first quarter, feels huge for Fairview now. Down 13.
Yeah, they're the ones chasing.
Lowry looking, going to throw outside. It's a quick pass. It's caught. That time he gets the ball. Frazier gets out of bounds and moves the chains.
DB's playing a little off too, so quick throws, quick strikes. But Lowry, that's what he could do. That's how he could deliver the ball. He is so sharp.
Such a quick release, too. Gets the ball out. We talked about just spoiled by great quarterback play all throughout the CVC, and no exception from Burke Lowry and company. They do a great job. Their pass on the outside. That one is caught down to about 20.
I
gain of 6.
I think sometimes, like in the effort to not give up the big play, Fairview's just eating up those 5-6 yard completions.
That was Vinny Rizzo, tight end, who made the catch. You're going to see a bunch of different players touch the football for Fairview. They like to move, too, as Lowry back in that shotgun. Going to throw. Takes it inside to Harris. Harris gets spun down at the 5. Great catch. And hands inside by Savion Harris, 15 yards.
And you know what, though? Also credit to Clark and Lowry, too, because they sold the fake. They did a great job with that play action to set that throw up.
So Fairview going to hurry up here into that. Under center is Lowry now at the 5. First and goal. Fairview trying to get on the board here quick. Handoff inside. Clark lowering the shoulder, trying to get through, and he's close. He was fighting at the end of that play, but he's going to be just short. Gain of about 4. He needed 5.
And they're going to have to stay with it, too.
2-minute mark to go in this first quarter, and yeah, Red Wolves starting off, if you're just joining us, hot. Opening drive, a long one for a touchdown. They get an onside kick and then scoring a big passing touchdown, 39-yarder. Fairview trying to even the odds here.
Wants to sneak here.
Lowry going to lower his shoulder. They're going to try and push him through, and I'll tell you what, Heights may have stopped them. I'm not seeing a signal yet.
I don't think they got it.
Wow. Lowry, not an easy guy to stop, 6'4", 200+, and Cuyahoga Heights with that big defensive line able to stifle him there.
The D-line did a great job being lowered to the ground, all of them. And Lowry was never able to get low where you want to be on sneaks.
Well, here we go again, 3rd and short. Lowry once again under center. He's going to try it again, lowering his shoulder, pushing through, and he's in. Sign came in originally. They put their hands down quick. We'll see what they say. He might still be short.
I thought he was initially short, to be honest.
He is. Cuyahoga Heights with an amazing job up front. They're going to say 4th down.
Yeah, and again, just getting lower again to the ground. Now they're going right back up. Make sure everyone's set.
Gonna try one more time, possibly. 3rd time could be the charm for Lowry. He finds the left side this time. He fakes the middle, goes left, and gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Lowry does it with his feet, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. Fairview on the board.
Well, you saw an adjustment there. The previous 2, now watch here, Cuyahoga Heights crashed the middle. And Lowry bounced outside off the tackle.
He ran over Rizzo on the outside. He just trucked him through. So listen, we need these points here. The hardest yard he's ever had to work for, 3 carries, but eventually he got it. There was a jump there. The extra point isn't even going to be attempted. See if that's a false start or an offsides. Well, and they're going to call offsides on the defense there, so that should move the ball a little bit closer, and this is where you usually see teams go for it.
And I was just going to bring that up.
He just converted on the QB sneak. Another ball should get placed at the 1, maybe 1.5.
Remember, because Fairview got the block on the other side.
Maybe you don't take a chance here. Yeah, you just kick the extra point. I think that's what they're going to end up still doing. Trust in that kicker, Farkas, the junior. He's had a great season, 28 of 31 extra points. Flag comes in, though, and see what this one is. Another one on the defense, so inch him a little bit closer. It's almost like they're tempting to try and go for this 2-point conversion.
They're like, go ahead, go ahead, give it a try.
Half a yard. Yeah, why don't you give it a shot? No, they're still gonna let Farkas attempt this extra point. Mentioned 28 of 31 in extra points this season. He's 2 of 2 on field goals as well. Snap good, hold down, kick on the way is up. It's low, and it is good. It finds its way over the top of the crossbar, and the score now 13-7. Fairview on the board right here on CVC TV. Hey, have a guest in your home? Contact Alpha Animal Removal. They even specialize in the humane removal of bats. Yeah, that's right. And they also seal your home, too, to help prevent any more animal entry. On top of that, AA, they also clean, remove, and sanitize your attic and replace insulation after animals have infested it. Cannot tell you enough. Yes, bats are definitely a thing still in Northeast Ohio. Yeah, if you want to get it taken care of the humane way, go to alphaanimalremoval.com to solve your bat or any furry friend or anyone else that maybe shouldn't be in the home that's breaking into the attic, all that good stuff.
They take care of animals.
They take care of animals.
I was going to say something else. I'll stop myself there. So if you're Cuyahoga Heights right now, you're saying do whatever you can right now to make sure that you're ready just in case Fairview decides to kick it onside.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I mean, we talked about stealing possessions, and does Fairview maybe think about trying to steal one back? Both teams have great kickers. Rush and Farkas are phenomenal on both sides here.
In the Week 10 game we did last year against Westwood, Fairview did recover an onside kick. They tried like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. And the way he's put that ball on the tee, it almost makes you think. It's kind of leaning back a little bit. Maybe you're trying to kick a spinner. We'll see if it's just a ploy to kick a long ball. 40 seconds and some change to go in this first quarter. And it is just to be a normal kickoff. Ball taken in at the 10. Off the middle, working his way through. Still on his way down past the 35, or to the 35-yard line there was Merriweather. On a solid return, and that's where Schaefer and company will take back over with 34 seconds to go in this first quarter.
Merriweather's had a solid game so far, too. Like, just producing offensively. Of course, a great return just now. And here again, the Red Wolves on offense, they have established their passing attack. And that could be dangerous, of course, for this defense.
Talk about a run-first team that's thrown 2 touchdown passes, including a near 40-yarder in this first quarter. Schaefer under center. Gonna run the option, pitches it outside. It's taken in by Chamberlain. He turns the corner. Chamberlain's got room to run, and he gets slipped up. Great tackle by Allen. Near the first down marker, he may be just a yard short.
Well, here's the thing. The outside linebacker, defensive end, did his job. Typically, you're responsible for the quarterback. That got taken care of. But in the secondary, there was a lot of blocks that was developed and a lot of speed, and you get the first down.
Tell you what, yeah, they gave him 10 right at the line of scrimmage, but Chamberlain able to move the chains here. Just over 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. May have to run one more play. Schaefer under center turns, going to keep it himself. Schaefer working right side, still not brought down, but eventually gets slammed to the grass there. Jackson Cabashaw with the tackle. Rizzo also in there. Gain of 3 for Schaefer, and that's how we end the first quarter. The score 13-7. The Cuyahoga Heights Red Wolves on top of the Fairview Warriors right here on CVC TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your attention towards the track for a special youth football night.
Back here, folks. 13-7 to score as we get ready for second quarter action right here on CVC TV. Kyle Cornell, AA, Anthony Alfred with you as always. And an interesting first quarter. We saw a lot of the offense for Cuyahoga Heights. Fairview got some momentum towards the end of the quarter AA, but right now, Heights still has a lot of the positive energy on that sideline as they're moving the ball again down the field, rushing, and then the passing game. We thought we were going to talk about this strictly with just Fairview today. But Cuyahoga Heights has looked great. Schaefer's been phenomenal throwing the football. Yeah,
throwing the football. You got one-on-one matchups on the outside, which is something you don't want if you're Fairview. But the thing is, you have to respect their passing attack. You got to respect their running attack, but then also their passing attack too. And this is what Cuyahoga Heights wants. They want to control the clock. And when you're ahead, when you're basically flawless on third down, that's something that until Fairview can figure out, this is going to be Cuyahoga Heights' game.
It's such a tough ask, rather, to be able to figure these things out and try to play at a high level against this Heights team. They're just so talented on both sides of the football, and showing the well-rounded side of things, too, for the Red Wolves. Starting the second frame near midfield. Second down, after 7 yards. Schaefer hands inside. It's Chamberlain. He gets maybe a yard or 2. Third down on the way. This could be huge for the Fairview defense.
Now, we have not seen, except for the very first play of the game, a pitch to the outside out of that formation. That's coming soon, by the way, so something to be ready for. But here on this third down, DB's got to prove, like, hey, lock down your receiver matchups, especially in man-to-man.
Another big opportunity here. It's the first time it hasn't been third and short since that first third down attempt. That was a 10-yard in conversion for this Heights offense. Schaefer in the shotgun. He's going to pass. Steps up. Now he's going to take off. He's got room to run. Schaefer slices his way through, and he's going to have it. Zach Schaefer, a great read, and he gets about 8 yards and moves the chains.
That is not fair. That is not fair. I mean, again, smart play calling. Empty, only back in the backfield, spread the defense out. You finally have the defense spread out, and then just take off. My goodness.
Still to this point, though, if you can believe this or not, as we hit the under 11-minute mark to go in this first half, more passing yards than rushing yards for Cuyahoga Heights in this first half. Nevertheless, it's led to a lead. Zach Schaefer having a great game so far. Maybe a handoff right side. Not much going on there. He found a way to get maybe 2. That was, again, for the Red Wolves, Flynn.
But I like the play call, though. You know, the counter, again, another wrinkle that you have to show the defense. Again, you may have not got a huge gain that time, but that's another offense that the defense has to respect.
We're going to come out here 2nd and 8. Be a long 8, almost 9 from the 41-yard line. Cuyahoga Heights driving once again. Fairview's defense trying to hold strong.
Defense got to communicate.
And try to keep this a 1-score game. Another maybe option play out to the outside. Chamberlain trying to cut his way back. And this time Fairview raids it, gets him down at the 41. No gain on the play. Solid chase down. Savion Harris in there too. Second leading tackler for the defense. And now another 3rd and long attempt. Can Fairview's defense step up?
And Harris was so key because the quarterback was covered. Can you get one of your linebackers, one of your DBs to come out? And Harris was right there, made that play, was in the right spot, and made the tackle. That's being in the right spot's fine, but you also got to make the tackle, and Harris did that.
And here we go, another big 3rd down attempt. It's going to be a 5 wide set. Schaefer's going to be in the shotgun by himself. No man in motion. Schaefer feeling pressure, gets hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. What pressure on the outside in. He got smacked and just got that ball out in time. Good wherewithal by Schaefer to get rid of it, but now 4th down, and for the first time, the defense stands strong for the Warriors.
How about this for the first time getting a stop on 3rd down, but we do got...
The flag came in late. Let's see what he says here.
See what ends up happening.
Still not quite sure here. I don't know what they're... Now, Schaefer is the punter as well, so if you see 2 jogging back onto the field, it doesn't mean they may be going for it, obviously. It means they'll just punt the ball away with their quarterback. But I think that was maybe against Fairview, possibly. Would have put them back 5 more yards. They said, nope, we'll take the 4th down. Allen's going to drop back. As Heights will punt it. Referee just confirming it's a decline penalty, so we'll stay 4th and 9, and now it's going to be a punt away. I'll tell you what, Fairview, that's a huge stop. Talk about the offense on their own able to get down and score on their opening possession. Schaefer going to launch one. It's a good punt inside the 20, and I think not too much further. We'll see what's officially spotted. The referee going to walk that one back up to just inside the 15-yard line, and that's where the Fairview Warriors offense will take back over. But Double A, this is big now, an opportunity for Fairview. If they can continue what they've been able to establish so far in offense, they can take the lead on this next round.
We always talk about, like, can your defense set up your offense? You finally get the big stop and adjustments, too. You saw with the coaching staff defensively. But, yeah, only the 2nd offensive possession of the game here for Fairview, but it was quick strikes. I wonder if defensively Cuyahoga Heights is going to be a little bit more, aggressive defensively. They might have to be.
Well, now we're going to start the drive under center the same way he ended the last one. Remember, it was 3 straight QB sneaks to get into the end zone. Turn, handoff. Clark working his way outside, and not much there.
Might have had a little bit of a mishandle of the snap that impacted the timing of the play. But this is what you needed if you're Cuyahoga Heights. Defensively, got to force Fairview to play behind the sticks and limit the options. You want to at least eliminate the running attack if it's 2nd and long, 3rd and long.
Yeah, so second and long on the way, maybe a yard if that. Gonna be a pitch to the outside. Good move by Clark. He jukes one through, but he had to fight hard to maybe get back to the line, maybe get a yard. And they're gonna give him at least one. It's a great play by the Heights defense. Now it's gonna be third and long for Fairview.
And I'll just say this too, at least for Clark, I mean, that could have been a huge loss too. So for Clark to at least get out of it, give your offense an opportunity. But this is what you want defensively. You want to be able to be a little bit more aggressive, locked in. But see, you got man here up top, actually on both ends.
Lowry going to take the snap and the shotgun. Quick pass outside. It is caught at the 25, trying to move forward, but not a lot. On the back half of that was Frazier. Going to be down at around the 25.
Yeah, that's going to be short, isn't it, Kyle?
I think it is, by about a yard. It's now decision time for Coach Rankin Company here. You don't want to really punt the ball away ever to Cuyahoga Heights. I mean, that's not on the to-do list for this squad. And I think they may go for this. And they will. Lowry in the pistol. No, but he jumped offside. Or no, he jumped, I should say, false start on the near side. And now I think, yeah, you don't really have a choice. 4th and 1, now 4th and 6, and that's the risk you take. So the punt unit going to head out for Fairview. Both teams, now the defense is stepping up.
Sometimes your hard count could be so good, you fool your teammates.
Well, so the second offensive drive ends quickly, and again, Lowry out there to punt the ball away too, because I guess both quarterbacks just like kicking as well.
Yeah.
So why not? Always got to be careful when you have the quarterback.
Yeah, I was going to say, for Cuyahoga Heights, make sure your defenders or gunners out too.
Got someone covered. Is Lowry to avoid it? Wow, what a big punt from Burke Lowry. It's a great kick inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line.
That should have been a flag, though. I thought Lowry was hit as he was punting the ball.
The referees aren't even acknowledging it. They're running away from him. So no call on that. No flags, no laundry on the field. And
yeah, he was clearly hit. I thought that was missed.
He hit a phenomenal punt regardless, though. The ball traveled, I want to say, almost 40 yards, 50 yards in the air down to the inside the 40 to the 39. That's where Cuyahoga Heights will take over possession. He kicked that from about, geez, I don't know, the 10, 15-yard line.
When he watches back at this film, he's like, man, I should have completely fall down, too.
Hey, sometimes you got to act a little bit. You know, it's just part of the process. Sometimes it's tough, too, when you're 6'4", 200-plus pounds to act like it. And now Heights again back on offense. 6:43 to go in this first half. Up by 6. Be a handoff right side. Chamberlain lowering his shoulder and getting a gain of about 5 to 6.
And the thing that's going to be tough here for this Fairview defense, as I'm counting here, 8 of their 11 players coming into this game are two-way starters.
Yeah, those 3 injuries hurt big time, but there was a penalty that came in late. I think it was illegal motion, so wipe out the 7 to 8 yard run. Instead, it's going to be backed up, and now it's going to be 1st and 15.
And for Cuyahoga Heights, who offensively was flawless in the first quarter, you don't want these mistakes to kind of creep up.
That's a huge play for Fairview's defense. Keep pushing them back a little bit. Schaefer again under center, going to turn, handoff inside, nowhere to go. Chamberlain got stopped immediately.
That was quick, too. Again, I'm waiting for the outside pitch. A little bit of that for the option. But here, again, defensively, you want to be aggressive in what you see, what's presented by the offensive line, by the backers. But you don't want to just guess neither, right? You want to make sure, based on your scouting throughout the week, based on your coaching, you act accordingly. You don't want to second guess.
Schaefer again in that 5-wide set in the shotgun. Last time he got pressured and got hit as he threw. Here we go. Schaefer, a little pass inside. It's caught. Spin down, brought down at the 40. Gain of about 5. That was Van Divner who caught the long touchdown earlier.
That's one of those plays where I'll say both teams did a good job. I thought offensively, well executed. Each option, even the receivers that did not get the football, ran the routes hard, and you had to respect them. Defensively, of course, being right there, not biting, great job all around. Great play by both teams.
Another 3rd and long, another 5 wide set for Schaefer. 4 of 5, 75 yards, 2 touchdown passes in this first half for the Cuyahoga Heights quarterback. Does he have more magic in the arm or the legs? Under pressure, he's going to take off right-sided. Lyman gets in the way. He gets hit hard. Ball comes out late. And I tell you what, I think Heights may have gotten that.
Yeah, I think it fell right into Merriweather's hands.
I think they're going to say he was down. They will at the 45. Fumble will not be an official fumble. It'll be down at the 45-yard line. Came out. I think the ground forced it.
Yeah.
So now, 4th and 4. And decision time for Coach Martin and company.
And credit the linebackers. Again, adjustments by the defensive staff. You had a linebacker stick right there. So, Schaefer, you can't just take off and have free reign like he did in that first empty set run.
And here we go. Schaefer not backing up the punt, at least not yet. We'll see if they decide to or not, but it's another 5 wide set. I think he may go for this here on their own 45-yard line. And a timeout going to be taken by Heights. Maybe just wanted to see what Fairview was going to do here. It's the second timeout of this half. 3:46 to go in the second quarter. And Cuyahoga Heights, remember, they started out great. 13-0 start inside the first 7 minutes and change. Since then, Fairview's been able to hang around, and this is definitely a ball game.
Yes, it is. And you mentioned at the start that this could have been more of a low-scoring contest, kind of see how things go. You're definitely seeing a chess match. Fairview has an opportunity to, if they win this game, they're on track to win their first conference title since 2011. For Coach Martin and Cuyahoga Heights, they're on that track too. So this has a feel of, okay, this is week 7. Both teams know who they are, and now can they play at their best against the opposition who plays the exact opposite of each other?
Yeah. But again, tonight, it's almost been role reversal. We saw the rushing touchdown for Fairview. We've seen 2 passing touchdowns for the Red Wolves. Schaefer now back a little bit further. This is normally the punt distance from the snapping of the center. About 7 or 8 yards back. But again, he always has that ability to take it himself if he wants to, but it's a quick punt. It's straight up. It's not very deep. We'll see if it takes a Heights bounce. It will. And it will stop at about the 31-yard line. So with 3:35 to go in this half, Fairview with another opportunity. My boy Winston thought maybe someone was going to try and pick it up there.
Yeah.
And I think they heard him on the sideline yelling, "Don't do it."
No, I keep laughing because the official that's lined up on the field, he keeps getting hit on these plays.
I say wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, oh man, it's such a dangerous job.
I'm waiting for the officials to get outfitted with pads at some point, just for their own safety, not for anything nefarious, obviously. But
you're watching this broadcast, you're wondering, we hear fans, where are they? They're on our home side here.
They're all underneath. It's a really unique, old-school style stadium here at Cuyahoga Heights. Players excited, first time Fairview's been here. They're pumped for it. These teams played each other a few years ago. It was a Heights win back in 2023 in the opening week of the season. Past the outside, that one is caught by Allen. He's past the 40, near the first down marker. First time we've called Allen's name on offense tonight, the leading receiver for this Fairview Warriors team.
Yeah, you need more of him, obviously, for Fairview. And a Fairview team, you mentioned that 2023 matchup. They were not in the CVC in 2023, their first year last year in the Chagrin Valley Conference.
So a gain of 11 for Allen. He moves the chains. Burke Lowry in the night, 6 of 7, 65 yards. He's got a rushing touchdown as well. So far, so good for the senior quarterback. Lowry looking to pass, left side, still keeping his eyes open. He's got a receiver wide open. It's Allen. He has to fall, and he loses it. Allen was wide open on the top of your screen, and just the ball a little behind, couldn't bring it in. Huge opportunity, just not able to convert there for Fairview.
And sometimes, even as a receiver, you're thinking that football's there in your hands, and then you stand up and it's not in your hands.
I think even Lowry was kind of surprised how open Allen was on the top of your screen on the far sideline there. 2nd and 10, 41-yard line. Handoff inside is LaMarcus Clark. He lowers his shoulder, and LaMarcus Clark gets a solid gain of about roughly 5 to 6 yards.
And you brought up something earlier in the game. When we talk about, Fairview can score these points. They have these passing yards. Lowry has, near the top of the state. The complementary running attack, too, is so huge. And Clark, we've seen his development over these last couple of years. He's a special football player in his own right.
Clark, who is a junior, so he'll be back next season. Third down and medium. Throw, middle. That one is brought in. Great catch on the inside. That was Rizzo, the tight end, who was able to lower his shoulder and get the first down.
Getting a mission for this defense not to give up the big play, although it almost happened a couple plays ago. Defender trying to rip the ball away from Rizzo.
It's Rizzo's second catch of the night. Lowry now 7-9. Looking to pass again, trying to step up. Lowry takes a shot, middle of the field. Ooh, it's high coverage, and was attempting to try and get Harris over the middle, and lucky that ball wasn't intercepted.
I think Harris almost inadvertently had to play defense because that was going to be picked off. Yeah, you're right. He's playing both sides. Dangerous throw there, too, and I know had an extra opportunity there, but sometimes that extra second allows the secondary to read the quarterback's eyes and be in the right spot.
Well, both these quarterbacks playing very well here in this first half. Under 2 minutes to go now. Second and long, handoff again, Clark middle. Almost a carbon copy of the last second down run. This time he gets a little bit more, gain of about 6 to 7, setting up a third manageable.
So how about this? I mean, passing attack doesn't go too well on first down, and you're right, kind of the second straight first down situation that happens. And then Clark, huge second down.
6 carries, 27 yards unofficially for Clark in this first half. 85 yards a game so far this season. Definitely a good complementary piece to this passing offense. Quick throw to the outside, it is caught. It's Rizzo again. He shutters his steps, and he's going to get past the marker for another first down.
Got him on the flat. Had a block there as well. On the outside.
And that ball going to get moved all the way down inside the 35 to the 33. 8-yard gain.
And I wasn't even mindful of this, the time, too, now. You got 1:05 left before half.
Lowry again looking to pass, stepping up, throwing middle. It is over the intended receiver, and it's intercepted. Huge play by Merriweather. He turns upfield, and Clark's able to stop him. Clark almost ripped that ball out. But Xander Merriweather reads the play. He recovered the onside kick earlier in the game. This time he comes up with a huge interception.
He's having a game, and the secondary is reading the eyes. That quick turn just stepped right into that interception, too. Merriweather is having a phenomenal football game on all sides of the ball.
Stepping up in huge moments for this Heights team now with 55 seconds to go. Remember, Fairview gets the ball to start the third quarter, so Heights, they'd love to try and break a big one off here. If you're Fairview, you want the score to stay the same if you can. Cuyahoga Heights with one more timeout remaining. 55 seconds to try and go. About 66 yards.
See if the safety, see what happens with the safety too.
Be a handoff inside, Chamberlain. Not much doing.
Yeah, we'll see how Coach Martin handles this again. Remember, he called 2 earlier timeouts for game situation purposes. I think he's going to let this time go down. But with that being said, one big play by Cuyahoga Heights, if they get a big one, like 15, 20 yards, maybe you might get a timeout in.
Fairview going to help out a little bit and call a timeout. Maybe not set on defense, not ready for it. The clock is going to stop, and normally you don't want to do that. With 30.5 to go, you want that clock to roll down, and you want to make sure Heights maybe only gets one more play.
Yeah, that's a gift.
I'll tell you what, Coach Al Martin and company will take it. And for the Fairview side, you can always make the argument, hey, we want to make sure we're set. We want to make sure we know what we're doing because we don't want to give up that big play.
True.
Just want to double down and make sure you got it covered.
You know, sometimes, too, like coaches will email us, you know, the following week, like, hey, this is what we were thinking about, too. So that might happen, too. And we do appreciate it.
Of course, Coach Rankin and everyone over at Fairview always, very open with us. We appreciate all that. Tough throw for Lowry over the middle of that interception. He's looking for the crossing route and just overshot his man. Otherwise, pretty good first half. Just one mistake, and that's out to the the offense of Fairview just not being able to get the job done and finish that drive.
I will say, though, Cuyahoga Heights, their secondary, they have some smart football players that was reading the quarterback.
I think the average GPA in the secondary is at least 3.8 or 3.9.
Probably. Probably has to be, too.
I would imagine so. Second, a short handoff inside is Chamberlain again. He's just trying to lower his shoulder and get some yardage there. He gets about 3 to 4.
Well, no matter what we said as far as like game situation, call the timeout, the defense got what they wanted. Minimum game. And that might be it here under 10 seconds, Kyle.
Imagine, yeah, they're just going to let this clock roll out. So the halftime score going to be 13 to 7. Cuyahoga Heights rushed out to that 13-0 lead. Fairview responds with a touchdown and extra point. And after that, the defense is stepping up in a big way. Double A, your thoughts on that first half?
Great first half by both teams. I mean, this is how playoff football looks. I mean, for both teams, you know, you're seeing coaches try to steal possessions. Don't be surprised if Fairview tries to do the same in the second half. So, again, you're seeing both teams make excellent plays throughout, and we'll talk more in the second half about particular adjustments. But overall, a great, well-played football game by both teams.
I'm excited to break that down and get you ready for second half action after this break. Your band's out there, and we'll get you more on the way here on CVC TV. Again, your score at halftime, 13 to 7. Cuyahoga Heights leading Fairview right here on Chagrin Valley Conference TV.
Do you want to learn how to be a producer, DJ, on-air talent, or influencer? Visit beonair.com and discover a media school that's changing the game. We have 7 campuses across the country, and you can graduate in as little as 8 months. No math or English classes here, just classes that interest you and give you hands-on experience with real-world professionals in the media industry. And there's financial aid available for those who qualify. Stop sleepwalking through life. Show up for your dreams. Visit beonair.com and take the free career assessment. beonair.com.
Hey guys, Kyle and Anthony here with CVC TV. And do you have any unwanted guests in your home?
I don't know why you looked at me when you said that. We're not talking about me.
No, we're not. We're actually talking about bats, believe it or not. It is a thing here in Northeast Ohio. And luckily, our friends right behind us here, Alpha Animal Removal, have you covered. Those pests, they get in your attic. It could be a whole another ball game when it comes to taking care of your home. But don't worry, Alpha Animal Removal, they got you covered.
They got you covered. They're going to handle business as far as detecting where the bats are, getting it out safely, and they'll fill up the holes, too, so to make sure that they don't return to your home and business. If you have a business as well, they'll take care of you.
And, of course, we're talking about bats, but we're also talking about really any critters that get up there. You want to make sure you can get them out safely. We all love our animals, of course, but want to make sure your house is taken care of, too. As Anthony mentioned, they do a great job with that. Anthony, where can people go to make sure they do this the right way, the humane way, and the safe way?
Alpha-animal-removal.com. That's alphaanimalremoval.com.
Right there.
around with endless summer. The upbeat anthem, I Get Around, is a testament to his musical innovation and bringing movement to exciting toys. Behind that bright pop energy is a brilliant craftsman whose harmonic vision forever changed popular music. His legacy is running every perfect chord, proving his genius will never be forgotten. He takes care of drill team with their English energy as we play Wilson's song, I Get Around. Groundbreaking innovator who saw no barriers in music, inviting everyone with a party to mixed gender and multiracial bands. Dance to the music of the timeless anthem, a joyous invitation to a world where all were welcome. We honor the man who proves that music can be unified, a unifying celebration for all with his song, Dance to the Music. Jessica Atwood and Dan Travel Assistant Andy Clemens. Tonight we will be transported into an unforgettable beach party. Our first tune is a song written by Cuyahoga and made famous by Santana. Its Latin roots and coastal vibes will be sure to send you up a beautiful state of mind. Featuring a trumpet solo by sophomore Audrey Sweet, here's Oda Kumagar.
I got to work on my phone. It's open for a while.
Known for carefree living and tropical vibes, no beach party is complete without thoughtless music. Please enjoy as we keep the party going with the singing some song Margaritaville.
Well, she went back, but I just...
It's fitting to honor Ozzy Osbourne, the late Clemson botanist whose legacy in heavy metal remains unmatched. Known as one of the pioneers of heavy metal, Ozzy embodied his soft rock phenomenon, selling out arenas and electrifying stage presence, thunderous music, and unforgettable antics. As the original member of English heavy metal band Black Sabbath, he helped shape the sound and spirit of metal for generations. Today we honor the late legend by presenting one of his signature songs, Iron Man.
Do you want to learn how to be a producer, DJ, on-air talent, or influencer? Visit beonair.com and discover a media school that's changing the game. We have 7 campuses across the country, and you can graduate in as little as 8 months. No math or English classes here, just classes that interest you and give you hands-on experience with real-world professionals in the media industry. And there's financial aid available for those who qualify. Stop sleepwalking through life. Show up for your dreams. Visit beonair.com and take the free career assessment. beonair.com.
Hey guys, Kyle and Anthony here with CVC TV. And do you have any unwanted guests in your home?
I don't know why you looked at me when you said that. We're not talking about me.
No, we're not. We're actually talking about bats, believe it or not. It is a thing here in Northeast Ohio. And luckily, our friends right behind us here, Alpha Animal Removal, have you covered. Those pests, they get in your attic. It could be a whole another ball game when it comes to taking care of your home. But don't worry, Alpha Animal Removal, they got you covered.
They got you covered. They're going to handle business as far as detecting where the bats are, getting it out safely, and they'll fill up the holes, too, so to make sure that they don't return to your home and business. If you have a business as well, they'll take care of you.
And, of course, we're talking about bats, but we're also talking about really any critters that get up there. You want to make sure you can get them out safely. We all love our animals, of course, but want to make sure your house is taken care of, too. As Anthony mentioned, they do a great job with that. Anthony, where can people go to make sure they do this the right way, the humane way, and the safe way?
Alpha-animal-removal.com. That's alphaanimalremoval.com.
Right there. Welcome back, folks. Halftime here on CVC TV. The home Cuyahoga Heights Red Wolves leading the visiting Fairview Warriors 13-7 in your Week 7 game of the week. Kyle Cornell, AA, Anthony Alfred with you as always on the call as we gear up for the second half, AA. And what an eventful first half it was right here from Cuyahoga Heights High School.
Yeah, very eventful first half. Very eventful first quarter for Cuyahoga Heights, who had the first couple of offensive possessions. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. And it was, believe it or not, scoring. And that was almost a pick six. But how about Cuyahoga Heights passing in the end zone with scores? And then here's the second score for the Red Wolves. Again, man-to-man, didn't have the safety help over top. And that was the first two scores before Fairview even got the football. And then the QB sneak. It took a few attempts for Lowry to get in, finally worked off tackle. And then here, how about the secondary? That second look, the interception. Merriweather had a great game. And Cuyahoga Heights stopping Fairview on defense. And that's how we have the 13-7 halftime difference.
So impressive for Heights in the first 7 minutes of the game. They recovered an onside kick. You mentioned Merriweather. He was the one, number 10 in red, that recovered the onside kick. He gets the big interception in the tail end of the first half to make things really interesting. Heights will have to kick off to Fairview to start this third quarter. And credit to where Fairview is, too. They could have folded in that first quarter, but you can tell the experience of this team now. They've been here before. They've been in these close games all season long. They've been in every single game, including their 2 losses in the second half. More of the same going to happen today, but can they finish against a really good Cuyahoga Heights team? That's something Coach Sean Rank told us before the game. We need to finish this game. We expect it to be close. We have to make more plays than they do to stay within ourselves. Can Burke Lowry respond, too, after that first half? He hasn't faced too much adversity yet this season. This is an opportunity against a really good team to pull it out on the road. Can he get the job done?
And I'm glad you brought him up, too. You're talking about the Fairview Tavern halftime adjustments, where this secondary right now is eyeing Lowry. So I wonder, are you going to see more quick releases from Lowry, in the second half? Maybe he takes off again. We saw the ability that he has with his legs, too. So this, Coach Martin, their defense, they're well coached. It's going to be a matter of, can you get that ball delivered in an efficient manner, and can the receivers quickly get themselves open? These DBs have been outstanding for Cuyahoga Heights, and that's going to be huge here in the second half.
It's so impressive from both sides of the football. We said, hey, you know what? This game could go one of two ways. It could be some defense early on that can kind of go back and forth, or maybe both offenses will keep showing up like they have for the most part. It's kind of been a bit of a mix. Even though the score is only 13-7, you would automatically assume, oh, defense. Later in the first half, we saw the defense really start to hone in, but that first quarter, we were like, okay, here we go. These teams are going to go back and forth maybe throughout the rest of the game. But give credit where credit is due to the other side of the ball for both teams to make some big stops, force a turnover, and keep us where we're at right now.
Yeah, I was actually joking with Locke and Pete back in the truck during halftime. It's like, this is not going to be Geneva and Hawkins as far as like the 49-48 difference. Even though these offenses are capable, this has a playoff feel, right? This is week 7 where these teams, you're not really, inserting anything more new onto your playbook. It's more of wrinkles. It's more of that. So some of those triple option plays from Cuyahoga Heights that we didn't see as much success in the second quarter as you did in the first, they're going to go back to that. They're going to go back. I mean, watch the outside pitch. Watch perhaps the counter. You saw the counter once or twice, in the first half. Maybe they'll go back to it. Again, you show those looks. You're a option offense. You show those looks in the first half, so that way you can be ready to go. Now, I will add too, Kyle, this is a Cuyahoga Heights team that already converted an onside kick.
Yeah, you've got to be ready here no matter what.
You got to be ready because they want to steal another possession and double up again.
Well, that's been the difference in the game. The stolen possession, and then the play later was the 39-yard touchdown pass, from Zach Schaefer to Curtis Van Divner that ended up being essentially the difference, the 6-point difference here as we move into the third quarter.
Yeah, you almost saw, I know we zoomed in but if you saw just a second ago, Harris, number 11, is kind of creeped in on the left corner of your screen.
And just keeping the front of brain here as we get underway in the third frame, and it's a short pooch kick, bottom of your screen. That ball going to be taken and fair caught at the 35-yard line. And was number 12, Raiden Frazier, who was able to fair catch it, and some good starting field position for Burke Lowry and company. They're actually going to be down, it looks like maybe at the 36.
Yeah, Frazier went to the AA School of Special Teams.
Yeah, especially if it's a short kick. Hey, just take it where it's at. You got guys running right at you, super close. It's one thing if you're deeper, if you're catching that ball at 15.
You almost had a collision, too.
Yeah. And teammates should get your, hey, we're catching this football. 2 hands, 4 hands, doesn't matter. We're not giving this up. And now here we go. Fairview with the first offensive possession. In a relatively quiet first half. Only 7 points, but only a few possessions. The ball came out late.
I think we're going to get I think we're going to get the classic everybody move but the center.
The snap was delayed because there were 4 different players who jumped across there. So Fairview 5 yards back on the first play of the third quarter.
You know the officials, like in the pros, love saying something like that on the microphone.
Makes it easy for them not to think about a number. You say the line. Clark with the carry. He's got room on the left side. LaMarcus Clark turning upfield. He's got the Jets. LaMarcus Clark to the outside. 1 man to beat, and he will. LaMarcus Clark goes the distance in fireworks to start our third quarter here on CVC TV.
You saw how the running game has been attacked. Watch 52. Watch how he got that block right there. And then Clark just took it the rest of the way at a second-level speed. And anytime there's passing offense, a little bit of adversity, Clark has been able to stabilize this offense. And now we got a tie football game.
Better much, about a 70-yard touchdown run for LaMarcus Clark on the first play from scrimmage. In this second half, it's a tie ball game. Extra point is up. It is good. And just like that, Fairview on top of Cuyahoga Heights, 14-13 right here on CVC TV. Hey, the presenting sponsor of us here on CVC TV is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. They handle everything from dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction for all of your oral surgery needs. Visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. LaMarcus Clark looking like a surgeon.
Yes.
Working his way through, cutting back and forth, and then taking off to the races, 70 yards for a touchdown.
And Jackson Habishaw had a monster block to really open things up for Clark. He did a phenomenal job firing out of the gates there, and my goodness, flipping the field. And look back, don't look now, but that blocked extra point from earlier in the game, that's your 1 point difference.
It's unbelievable. There you go. It's a huge point. We've seen this a couple times this season where the game's been close, and it's been a point here, a point there that have been the difference. Fairview, they're trailing for pretty much almost all that first half. Even when they was 0-0, they just the long drive to open the game by Heights, just all the momentum was on the Red Wolves sideline. It's now shifted, and it's a big run play. This team's kind of switching roles a little bit. A couple passing touchdowns for Cuyahoga Heights, and now the big rushing touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns for Fairview. Going to be a return for Heights. Not much going there for Auguste Cartero, who's actually the backup quarterback. He returned it to about the 35.
But, hey, that's still good field position for Cuyahoga Heights.
Yeah, he'll take that. And, Coach Al Martin's team coming out for the first time today trailing, and it was early. Big playability from Fairview on display. Now can the offense of Cuyahoga Heights, who we mentioned, great start in the first quarter, but since those first opening couple drives, it's been kind of tough.
I think the first quarter, they had time of possession for like 9.5 out of the 12 minutes of the first quarter.
Okay, for under center hands, Chamberlain up the middle. Not much doing there. Maybe a yard.
And that might be the strategy. But I will say, though, maybe perhaps the strategy, if they can't. Cuyahoga Heights was successful in the first quarter on third downs. So even if it's first and long 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7 here, if you get to like 3rd and 4, give yourself a manageable opportunity.
In that second quarter, they forced 2 3-and-outs. Credit to Fairview's defense on that. Schaefer going to run to the option, the outside. Didn't pitch it. He got brought down. A great tackle. Haddishaw was out there. A couple of different players. See Clark out there as well. And man.
Brought down by number 59, Ben Alcaral.
I think Alcaral did a great job not just making a tackle. You notice the angle of the tackle too. He sealed off the outside. You can't pitch if you're tackling from the outside. And he did a great job there on the option. Again, one of those halftime adjustments.
Yeah, it was a gang of tacklers. It was a great job by the entire line of Fairview to be able to shift over and stop that before the pitch could even be made. And now, 3rd and 9. Talked about converting on 3rd downs. 5 wide set. Here we go again. Can Heights get the job done? Schaefer in the shotgun. Looks to pass. Throw short. Inside. It's caught. And Fairview locks it down at the 40, maybe 41-yard line. They got about 5. They needed 8 or 9.
Yeah, we might have a little injury there afterwards. Woodworth a little slow to get up. He does get up. But, yeah, monster play defensively.
Yeah, Woodworth was able to get off under his own power there.
And you're talking about like both teams doing the opposite of what we expect. Fairview now, defensively, not going to give up the big play, especially after those passing touchdowns earlier in the game.
And again, I always say this because Schaefer usually only lines it up about maybe 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage here. You never know. Right now, he is in that shotgun. Allen's going to sprint back up.
He's had to do this before.
Yeah, and just make sure. And you've got a clear punt if you want to, but they may end up going for it. We'll see what happens. And they will. Schaefer looking to pass under pressure. Huge hit. That's going to be a jump ball. He's holding on both sides. Wasn't it?
I think the refs are going to let it go.
They're going to let it go. Wow. They had both of them going back and forth. That was a tough call for any referee to make, and they decide to let the contact go. It's going to be... I think at that point you probably just tell them, hey, don't intercept it, drop it, because we can get the ball
I think too, though, because that ball was short as well, and both guys are going after it, maybe it was deemed a little uncatchable. No player was pulled down either. So, you know, you had a good opportunity, but what a stop for Fairview.
That's a huge play right there for the Warriors, who come out firing on offense with a huge touchdown run, first play from scrimmage, and now another opportunity to add more points to their lead. Lowry in the shotgun. Fakes the throw. It's a handoff. Clark carrying a defender on his back to the 35-yard line. 6-yard gain for LaMarcus Clark. He's now cleared 100 yards tonight.
Was that a direct snap to Clark?
May have been. Looked like it was really quick for a handoff, so he may have gotten in there really fast.
Man.
I'll tell you what, I mean, Clark is just a hot hand right now. 8 carries, 103 yards, and that long touchdown run.
There's a bit of a slight limp on Clark, just a bit.
And he's getting the carry. There's no look there. Clark breaks right side. He's got room to the outside. Clark turns the corner. He's still on his feet. Cuts back in and brought down. Inside the 10. What limp, Double A?
You know, for the Clark family who's watching this broadcast, you can tell Double A to chill out, okay? Clark running the football. I was right before. Good stutter step, too.
Wow.
Getting those defenders. What a job
You
by
call it a
Clark.
limp. I call it swag.
Yeah, you call it both, yeah. Did a great job. He's like, hey, give me the football right back.
I'll tell you what an amazing carry from Clark. It's him inside the red zone and now inside. It's a little pitch outside. It's Clark again. He's going to turn his head inside, lower the shoulder, and he's in. LaMarcus Clark on another level right now, 9 yards for his second rushing touchdown of the quarter.
And I was just going to say, Lowry could take off too. You just saw the tail end of the play there with the moves there by Clark, who's filling it. Lowry did a great job selling that too, leaning forward and then getting that forward pitch.
It's amazing what a few quick plays can do. We're only roughly almost 3.5 minutes in to this third quarter, and Fairview down 13-7 at halftime. Now has a chance to go up 21-13.
I think they're going to go for 2 here, Kyle. Again, they're already up by 7.
Yeah, so now you don't have much to lose here. Lowry in the pistol. He's going to look to pass under pressure. Going to have to roll out to his right. Throws, got a receiver open. It's gobbled and eventually caught. Harris, I believe, brought it in. And the two-point conversion is good.
And now a two-possession game.
That is huge, as now the score will balloon to 22-13. It's a 9-point game right here on CVC TV. Hey, Greeny Sports Cards, Northeast Ohio's largest buyer and seller of sports cards, and they're looking to buy yours. That's right, whether you have a few cards or a whole storage unit, set up an appointment through their website. That's greenysportscards.com. greenysportscards.com. Always buying, always selling.
What a response. I mean, Clark, this second half, the first, 6.5 minutes, he has made his presence known.
He's the junior running back for Marcus Clark. We saw him last season and had a great breakout year, able to be a great complement to that passing game. And tonight, he's been in the game. Marcus Clark unofficially 10 carries, 137 yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns, both coming in the first inside 4 minutes of this third quarter. And what a statement from Fairview. You're on the road. Heights, remember, they started the game 13-0 in that first quarter. Since then, 22 unanswered points for the Fairview Warriors.
Yeah, how about that? And again, you got some young guys for Cuyahoga Heights. This is the opportunity here. You're going to have to, find a way to respond.
That's one thing we know that Coach Martin's teams always seem to do, is find a way to battle adversity and find themselves in the game or on top when the final whistle blows. Can they do more of that tonight here at home? That ball tipped and eventually pick it up and out of bounds inside the 20, near the 15. Great kick. Chamberlain just couldn't corral the ball. He had to circle around it, but eventually got it. And it'll be a tough field position to start for Heights on this drive.
At least they got the ball, because that was in danger, of course. And you're not seeing, we joked about this last season, that special teams is must watch on CVC TV every play. You might have to bring that mantra back, because more of a story being told. Now, Cuyahoga Heights, hopefully they're not in their head right now, but again, we're dealing with teenagers, we're dealing with kids. How do you respond after getting smacked in the mouth, after giving up 22 straight points?
A tough ask for any team at any level. We'll see if the Red Wolves can respond here. 1st and 10 inside their own 15. Handoff inside. Not much there for Chamberlain. Maybe a yard or 2. He's had a couple of decent runs, but for the most part, 15 carries, 54 yards, held in check.
Defense is crashing on the inside. And then also, remember the previous possession, they took care of business with the outside option. Although, if I'm the Red Wolves, I would try to go back to the perimeter. Give it a shot. Try to get to the hash marks. You got the speed to pull it off. Try to get this defense off balance.
We've seen them be able to hit that outside pretty well in the passing game. Again, 5 of 7, 81 yards, 2 touchdowns for Schaefer tonight. He's been able to make some plays through the air. Got smacked on that last 4th down attempt. Another handoff inside. Again, Schaefer, I should say rather Chamberlain, just nowhere to go. Great tackle. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, if that. Alcaraz having a great game defensively.
Number change, and it's showing up on the field. They're going to give Chamberlain a yard on that play, so now he's got 16 carries, 55 yards on the ground tonight unofficially, and another 3rd and a little bit long here for Cuyahoga Heights. And you're starting to see them feel the momentum, start to shift more to the Warriors. The defense playing phenomenally after that first quarter. Schaefer going to keep it, and he's going to get leveled.
What a hit.
What a shot. Danny O'Neill, the junior, just read it to perfection, and Schaefer had nowhere to go with it. Got back to the line of scrimmage, 4th down on the way.
Offense tried on 3rd down to get to the outside. They can't get there. The defense is keeping everything in the pocket between the hash marks. And
you want to try and read that pitch, too, and maybe at the last second before you take contact. But, again, the timing has been perfect on that for Fairview. As Allen goes back to return this punt, Schaefer going to boot this one away. This one a better one. Around midfield. Allen going to take it. Turns up corner. Allen tries to throw Merriweather off.
Nah, you ain't throwing the ball.
Yeah, no, he's having too good of a game. That happened. But Allen still finds a way to get some positive yards past midfield, and it's great starting field position again for the Fairview Warriors. And you got to wonder at this point, Are you calling 6's number again here? LaMarcus Clark has been phenomenal in this third quarter. Really stepped up big in a game where maybe Burke Lowry hasn't been as sharp as he'd wanted to be.
But he is still involved, too. And that's where things are going. I'm watching Clark right now on the field. He is begging for the football. He's number 6. He's just off of the screen right next to 7. Lowry,
there you go. He's lining up on the right end. And you got to watch 6 now because he's got some momentum here. Still in that shotgun. There's Clark. Carey, right side. He's going to lower his shoulder. This time, Height snuffs him out after a gain of about 2. Still 139 yards on 11 carries tonight unofficially for LaMarcus Clark. A couple of touchdowns in there as well.
And the linebackers, they did a good job crashing out. I will say, though, that would have been no gain if Danny O'Neal did not get a good kick-out block on that first down.
Ball,
number 56.
Yeah, ball nearly touching the 45-yard line here of Cuyahoga Heights. Getting great starting field position. Now we're going to hand off to Clark again. He just lowers his shoulder.
Oh, my
Kept the ball going forward right near the line to gain. He may be a half a yard short. But LaMarcus Clark just ran over three different players.
Watch these shoulder pads at work, man. Oh my goodness. That's how you lean in. Force the attack there offensively. But with all that being said, this defense has the opportunity. It's still 3rd and short.
Want to force Fairview to have to make a decision here. Not give up a 3rd down conversion attempt. I'd imagine maybe this goes back to Clark, or maybe they decide to pass it. That ball was almost kicked up to Lowry. He's going to move and get slide for the first down. Burke Lowry gets it near the 30-yard line. Solid gain, about 12, and he'll move the chains.
There's been a few of these snaps here. I don't know if it's on purpose, intentional, that has been on the ground.
He's a shortstop fielding the ground ball. Right?
Yeah, but like Clark and Lowry, they both have big hands. They can pick it up.
Yeah, they picked it up, no problem. It's like we're watching the ALDS out there. Nevertheless, another first down. Ball on the 30-yard line here, back in that shotgun. Ball again skips up to him. Clark lowers that shoulder and just bullies his way through for a gain of about 4.
I think that has to be intentional, man. Because it's working every time. I mean,
they haven't fumbled it yet, which is surprising, but the ball literally looks like it's bouncing in.
It's the turf. Because you can't do that on grass.
I would argue you probably shouldn't do it on turf, too, but hey, if the wagon ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess.
I mean, that's just something to keep an eye on here, these next plays here. They got, 3 yards out of that?
Yeah, pay attention to the snap, folks, when you see it come off here for Fairview. Lowry again in that shotgun. 2nd and long. That's a normal snap. He almost bobbled that. Throws it to the outside. That one's in out of the hands. Almost intercepted. Boy, I'll tell you what. Now you had Tomber out there who has one of the touchdown catches. Was going for Cal Reese, first target of the game for number 4, and that ball was in and out, and that was almost a big turnover.
Tomber almost had a house call. He legit almost had a house call.
Yeah, because Reese was behind the play at that point, and there was wide open green grass and only Burke Lowry to try and chase him down. He probably, he's got the wheels, but.
Remember all the success Cuyahoga Heights had on 3rd down in the first quarter? It kind of feels like Fairview's had that to this point.
See how they managed this one. 3rd and 7. Lowry shot right side. That one's caught. It is Clark. He breaks through for a first down, still on his feet. And he's going to go out of bounds right before he's able to get into the end zone, inside the 10.
LaMarcus Clark,
he's catching the ball now, too.
Coming into this game, 9 receptions, 130 yards, 2 touchdown catches on top of his rushing stats. Dual threat offensively. Plays defense, too.
They caught a game AA of, it's like about 20 on the catch and run. Clark has been phenomenal tonight now. That was his first catch of the game. He's got 151 yards on the ground rushing and 2 scores, and Fairview again threatening.
And again, a 3rd down conversion. Something that Cuyahoga Heights was successful with for the first quarter.
Lowry under center. And a pitch outside, it's Clark. He's going to run right side. Clark lowering his shoulder, big hit, and he's down inside the 5.
Clark on the carry.
And the defense is trying to perhaps send a linebacker blitz to that side, but it's getting picked up almost every time. There's been a few of those plays, Kyle, where you're bringing in an outside linebacker in that gap, maybe a safety trying to fill in, and they're getting picked up.
So here we go. Lowry under center again. 2nd and goal from the 5. It's going to be a false start. Maybe Woodworth. The fullback maybe moved. So 5 yards back, and now, of course, that opens up things for Lowry to possibly throw here. And again, if you would have told me, hey, Fairview's going to lead 22-13, clock ticking down in the 3rd quarter, you're thinking, okay, Lowry's probably throwing a few touchdowns, done some good things. It's been all run game today.
I was going to say the over-under on passing yards would probably be, what, 150 by this point?
He's at 100 now. Hit that 100 mark on that last completion to Clark, the running back. There's a play-action fake. Lowry going to throw. Back foot up in the air. It's up and it's
intercepted.
It's intercepted. Wow. This time, Tomer comes through and makes the play. It was a jump ball. He had to wait to see who came down with it, and Tomer did.
It was Tomer like, wait, I have the ball. Like, was that kind of reaction? I mean, you got the play fake, but the secondary has been good. Oh, my goodness, Tomer's just snagged it.
Yeah,
He just snagged it out of the hands.
2 receivers in the area. Yeah, Rizzo and Harris were there, but not really in the play. Maybe Rizzo could have made a play on the ball, but that's
he took it away from Rizzo. I think it might have been taken away.
That was impressive. 2nd interception of the game for Burke Lowry. And now, well, this is tough. They're on the 1-yard line. Only downside of interception is the field position here. Going to be a handoff inside. I think Chamberlain's able to squeak through.
But you know what? You'll take this scenario over, being down 29-13. You'll take that. You got the big bodies.
And Chamberlain able to get a little bit of space there. 3-yard gain, 2nd down on the way. And hey, I guess you know what? If you're going to throw an interception, not a bad spot. You never want to, and you want to score, obviously. But hey.
But I will say, though, that's game-changing, though, because Fairview could have.
No, that could have been a huge. I mean, they're up 2 scores anyway. Like, even if Heights does take time off the clock and go down the field, it's still going to be tough. But, I mean, yeah, you want to put points on the board in that spot. Handoff on the right side, breaking through near the 10. Now it's Chamberlain again.
And again, this defense has an opportunity now. Be mindful too. We're at a point where even at this end of the field, there's a chance that this is 4-down territory. There's a chance.
Yeah, we talked about it before. Anytime again, if your punter is your quarterback and they both can run, I mean, you never know what can happen, especially if it's a short yardage situation like this. Handoff inside. Chamberlain got hit immediately. I don't know what the mark's going to be on that.
I don't think he gained a yard.
I don't think he did either. I think it's going to be 4th down. No gain for Chamberlain. 19th carry. Just 65 yards. Maybe they give him a yard at the end there. So 4th and short. And again, decision time for Coach Martin and company. Down 9 with 1 minute to go in this 3rd quarter.
Again, Schaefer went over to Coach Martin just now.
Tell me, am I punting or are we calling a play? And clock ticking down, we'll see. This is big. If Fairview can get another big stop, I mean, this is prime field position for the Warriors.
And I was going to say, if you're Fairview, I wouldn't even send a returner back. Yeah, you put everyone up there.
Maybe a sneak up the middle, and I think Schaefer should have got it. He did. You got a quarterback who's 6'3", 225. Sometimes you just got to lower the shoulder and get the 1st down, and Schaefer did exactly that.
Yeah, he did. And Cuyahoga Heights needed that in the worst way. You get the big interception, it would have been damaging to immediately get the football right back to Fairview.
Well, if you had on your bingo card going into the 4th quarter that the Fairview Warriors were going to outrush Cuyahoga Heights tonight.
Did not. Yep.
You should probably buy a lottery ticket because it's an impressive showing for Fairview's offense running. Schaefer going to keep it. Look at maybe a misdirection, miscommunication, whatever it was. Harris is in there, a couple different players too. O'Neal as well. Woodworth. Jackson Habishaw in there too, and that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. And the score still 22-13, Fairview on top of Cuyahoga Heights right here on CVC TV. Hey, transform your property with a fence from R&T Fence Company, family owned for over 36 years. They provided top-notch fence installation services all across Northeast Ohio. Specializing in residential, commercial, and industrial fencing, they offer a wide range of options, including aluminum, vinyl, wood, and chain link. Call 330-626-5170 for a free estimate, or visit rtfence.com. Whether you need a new fence or a custom gate, trust the experts at R&T Fence to deliver quality and professionalism. It's rtfence.com, your fencing solution.
Talked about the fourth quarter for both of these teams. This is a Fairview team that was up in the fourth quarter, against Kirtland. And they had a pretty good lead, and Kirtland was able to pull through. Of course, the two losses that Fairview has against undefeated teams. In this case, can they show that they can hold on in this? And you still got to be aggressive, right? You don't think about, we got to hold on to the lead because then it's too late, right?
No, you definitely wanted to keep that mindset of trying to score points, and that's why you saw the pass attempt on that. I think it was second and goal from the 10. Still trying to be aggressive, and that's something that Coach Rank told us. Hey, with Burke as our quarterback, be like him to Brett Favre. He's going to take some chances, throw the ball up. He trusts his targets, and sometimes that can be the result. Now it's the defense's job to hold their own too and back up the quarterback in this spot. So far, Fairview, since that first quarter, about halfway through, they've done the job on defense, holding the Red Wolves off the scoreboard.
Of course, Cuyahoga Heights, 4 close games in the fourth quarter. They've won 3 of the 4 here this season.
The Red Wolves with another chance here. New set of downs. I should say it should be second down here. It'll be a pass, Schaefer to the outside, over the hand, and it's caught. Solid play out there by Merriweather, who caught that ball past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
That's huge. You may have thought, man, the defender could have been right there. And that was a good football that was thrown. Perfect angle to get his receiver the football.
First catch for Merriweather. It's a gain of about 11 to 12 yards, and then moves the chains. Again, tonight, Schaefer's been fantastic. 6 of 8, 93 yards and 2 touchdowns. When they've called his number, he's made the play. Handoff inside. Chamberlain this time turning upfield, and another solid run. And he was short on the previous play. Now it's a first down.
Keep an eye on Will Allen, number 2. Might have hurt himself a little bit there for Fairview. He's going to have to come out.
It's 20th carry of the game for Chamberlain. Yeah, Allen on the field, still currently near the 45-yard line. Slow to get up. And we talked about, the temperature right now, AA, when you're currently here at Cuyahoga Heights. It says 67, but there's some humidity in the air. It feels like it's probably in the 70s almost. And in October, here in Northeast Ohio, you're thinking, you know what, okay, we're going to be in the 50s. Maybe if we're lucky, we can get a game in the 60s at night, but it's been pretty warm consistently. And we've seen some cramping here recently in the past few weeks, too, with some of these warmer nights.
Yes, we have. And again, even with this being week 7, you do have the humidity that's in play. Of course, here in the press box is 88 degrees. But
Allen able to get up under his own power. Didn't even need help. It's Coach Rank and company over there to check on him, just trying to shake it off a little bit. Good to see coming into this game, the leading receiver for Fairview. Able to get off the field. Good defensive player as well in that secondary.
Now, I get a lot of, on both teams, but especially Fairview, a lot of two-way starters. So even losing Allen for a player or two could be a little bit of a difference.
You love having the depth. That's where you see Raiden Frazier going to come into the game now and play that back end in the safety position. Play up a little as well. You got Harris who can play back there too. So they've got some options. But I tell you what, Heights starting to move here. First down, handoff inside. Still trying to push through, not much.
They're going to still try to beat you up, though, which is the right approach. If you can get a decent gain on first down, even second down, it is still the right approach.
Chamberlain, 21 carries, 76 yards tonight. He's been busy. Not a lot of yardage to boot, but again, he's been able to get these 3-4-yard runs, and they can wear defenses down. You're waiting for that big one if you're Cuyahoga Heights. Schaefer under center. And in motion, looking to pass. Schaefer going to take a shot down the middle of the field. Looking, incomplete. Just out of the reach of Van Divner, who caught the big touchdown pass in the first quarter, the 39-yarder. Tried to get it to him again, this time just a little bit too far from Schaefer.
And Reese, number 4, did a phenomenal job staying stride for stride, you know, not being overly aggressive with the receiver, interrupting the passing lanes.
6-foot receiver versus 6-foot cornerback, and a great job mentioned by Reese. 3rd down and 7 yards on their own 35-yard line. Feels like a big drive here for the Red Wolves.
And number 2, Will Allen, back in the game defensively for Fairview.
Yeah, just had to take that play out. Gonna go 5 wide again.
And again, all the fans are on this side.
The trips to the top of your screen. Tight end in there. Pass inside. That one's caught. Trying to push through. Did he get there? He's going to be about a yard short. That was Tomer who caught the touchdown. One of the touchdowns in that first quarter. And it's going to be 4th and 1.
And just obviously expect to go for it, of course. This is where, if you're the defense, you got to communicate. You've been successful crashing the inside. You're going to have to do the same here.
Looks like a Philadelphia Eagles lineup. There it is. They're going to try and push Schaefer through. Did he get bumped? We'll see. They're still fighting. Both lines pushing, and that's close.
That's going to be real close.
I tell you what, the way the one ref ran in there, it looks like he may be just behind. We'll see where the official spot goes down. This could be close. That is the spot.
See how close it's going to be. Well, we're going to have a measurement.
Yeah, they're going to have to. That was so close down the field. The way the referee came in on the far side,
yeah, I thought it was going to be short. I thought it was going to be
a yard short.
Yeah.
Honestly, we'll see what the official call is here and how they're going to get this. Credit to our camera team for the great shot as we can see where this marker is going to line up.
Fairview's hiding the evidence.
Now, I'll tell you what, it looks like they got it.
I think just by the nose. I think by the nose they got the first down, Kyle.
By about an inch or 2. Great shot from our team, and I'll tell you what, that's going to be a first down, and they needed every single piece of that football to get it.
Yeah, our crew, Spencer and Max, getting that close up there.
So essentially the game stays alive, 9.5 to go in it. Schaefer under pressure, keeps it himself. He's got room. Schaefer turns upfield, takes a hit, and gets past the first down.
They could not go outside ever since the first quarter. That is a huge play for Cuyahoga Heights. They have opened up a new dimension to this offense that Fairview had contained for most of this game.
Huge 12-yard run from Schaefer, and Heights now with momentum. They're on the other side of midfield. Next snap will come in about 9 minutes to go in this ball game. And the Red Wolves trying to fight their way down the field and make it a one-possession game again. Empty backfield under center for Schaefer. Most likely a man in motion. It is Merriweather. There'll be a pitch to him on the outside, working his way through. He's going to get stopped. Reese and company, Harris there as well, flexing a bit. George McAllier is right there as well to get the stop, only gain of about 1.
And that's a huge play defensively. Cuyahoga Heights did not go to that pitch ever since early in the first quarter.
There was a -2-yard loss in that first carry too with Merriweather on that same play all the way back in the first frame. Remember, that's what led to a 3rd and 10. Then they had the huge first down conversion on that, or 3rd down conversion. Trying to mimic that here possibly if you're the Red Wolves, 2nd and long. And the clock continues to run down. Schaefer gonna pass, looking right side. Van Devner caught. He's still on his feet. Van Devner breaks inside the 30. He stays up, pushing his way down to the 25. 21-yard gain.
And way to make the defender miss. Take a high percentage play, passing play, and then watch this move right there. Right there, subtle, but just enough hip movement and speed to get more yardage. And finally, again, this Red Wolves offense is on the move.
They needed it. Schaefer, 8 of 11, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's starting to make some big plays through the air. Again, this is reminiscent of that first quarter. Schaefer again going to drop back the pass, looking to the outside. That one is in and out of the hands of his receiver. Van Dibner couldn't bring it in. Ball is incomplete.
That is a break for Fairview because, again, that could have been a high percentage play, moving things down the field. Now, if you're Cuyahoga Heights, mentality, right? Mentally, like, okay, you just had a big drop there, but the offense is moving. If your mind is not in the right place, that could end the drive. So can they stay locked in a game that is being played like a playoff game?
And remember, again, even if they score and get a 2-point conversion, Fairview would still have the lead. But the way Heights has played now in this fourth quarter, you're starting to get concerned for the Warriors. The keeper for Schaefer, he's going to get torn down. Stop by O'Neal. Schaefer kept it, and he got no gain. He actually lost about a yard of the play.
O'Neal's been making some plays. And again, for the most part, defensively, they have kept Cuyahoga Heights between the hash marks. They are not getting outside the pocket.
I'll tell you what, the only downside about playing this style of football is a lot of time moves off the clock when you're down by multiple scores. You're not giving yourself a lot of room here as we're approaching the 7-minute mark to go. Handoff right side, breaking through, still on his feet, eventually brought down as Chamberlain, who got some of those yards back inside the 20 to the 19.
But maybe the jersey's a little bit too loose. It's just the pull is just enough to get another defender to stop him.
So now a big fourth down, and this could in essence end up being the ball game. We'll see. We're at 6.5 minutes to go. If Fairview can get a stop and take some time off the clock on their own end, I mean, this could be very tough and a tall task for this Cuyahoga Heights team to respond now. Schaefer going to be in that shotgun. This time it is 5 wide. 2 to the bottom, 3 to the top. And the set. Throw inside. It's a slant. It's caught. Working his way through. Still on his feet. The ball taken away. Harris took it away.
Oh, my goodness.
Harris ripped it out of his hands.
That's a live ball.
Savion Harris. That's going to be a fumble. Harris is going to return it for a touchdown.
You have got to be kidding me.
It was caught, pushing for yards, and Savion Harris takes the ball away.
The coaches always say you got to play through the whistle. You got a great catch
Oh, it was a
right
great
there,
catch.
but you have multiple guys, and he just whipped it away.
Oh, my goodness. Tomer had the first down, and he pulled it out of his hands and took it all the way back. 90-plus yards for a touchdown.
Fairview just stole 6 points away from Cuyahoga Heights.
Heights was going to have a first and goal. It was a great catch on the slant. And Fairview, as my partner just astutely mentioned, took it away. The drop of a hat, Harris goes the distance. Oh my goodness, what a turn of events. The momentum swinging back over to the Warriors sideline.
Now, right now, it's a 15-point game. I don't know if
Maybe you go
they
for
could
2 to
go
try to
for
make
2.
it 17, then it's a 3-possession game, and then it's just, it's really tough. With just 6 minutes to go. Lowry going to throw outside, it's caught!
Wow.
The 2-point conversion is good. Great catch on the outside by Frazier. 30 to 13. 30 unanswered points for the Warriors. What a response after that first quarter. Unbelievable.
They were going to score. They were going to score.
They had a first and goal. They would have inside the 5-yard line there. It was a great catch on the slant, but Harris just aggressive.
That was what, a 4th down?
4th and 4.
4th down, you make a great route to step it up to make the catch. And then, again, that's what happens. Coaches work on this all the time. Getting multiple guys to the football. You have somebody try to rip the ball away. Usually it doesn't work. That time it did. Unbelievable.
It's a game where we've seen, and there's points on the board, but the defenses for both sides have been fantastic. We've seen the running attack be key for Fairview. This is an offense, again, they've only thrown for 100 yards. There's 2 turnovers for the passing game. It's been the running game and the defense that has carried Fairview to this game tonight.
That might have been one of the best defensive plays I've seen in the 5 years we've been doing these games. That is unreal.
And Savion Harris, quiet night because the passing game has been quiet. Just 2 catches, 29 yards, but defensively, hard-pressed to find a bigger play than that one. especially in the moment, as you mentioned, Heights on the door of scoring, making it possibly a 1 to 2 point game. Instead, now it's a 17-point game.
But it happened quick. Still got time here. You got all your timeouts.
Line drive, that ball is tipped. It's going to be taken by Chamberlain. This is the guy you want to return this one. Chamberlain turns upfield. Essentially hurdles one, still on his feet. Chamberlain gets down to the 40.
That's good field position.
41, and you got to move now if you're the Red Wolves. We've seen them recover an onside kick. It happened in the first quarter. It was a bit of a surprise. If they can score quickly, this time you know it's coming. But still, I like your chances. There was a late flag that came in on the very back end of that return. And I think it's going to be against Heights. Blocking the back from what we heard here, so that's going to move the ball back. So take away the good field position. And that ball, instead of being at the 41-yard line approaching midfield, you're going to have to go all the way back inside your own 20 to the 17-yard line.
We're just broadcasting the game. We're not playing the game. I'm still, shook right now from what happened there. So you got to somehow, some way, it is not going to be easy. Tell your kids, Cuyahoga Heights, to somehow lock back in. But it's going to be a tall task.
Schaefer's going to have to do it on his arm. 9 of 13, 127 yards and 2 scores tonight throwing the football. He's been great. When his number's been called, it's going to be called quite a bit more. The Red Wolves want to get back in. He's going to have to roll out. Schaefer throw on. He makes the completion to the outside. It's caught.
Wow.
How about that catch by Braden Frazier? Looked like Schaefer was about to get tackled. He completes the pass for a first down.
Yeah, Armbrust was able to make the catch there, number 12. My goodness. That had no business. I mean, how many times have we said that in this game? A certain play had no business being made under duress. But again, the quarterbacking's been outstanding. And again, the last drive, Cuyahoga Heights proved that they could drive down the field.
And Flynn in motion, going to be on a pass from Schaefer, rolling out to his left against his body, throws, lob play, it's incomplete. We're looking for Merriweather on the outside of the flat, just overthrew him there.
Well, you get the quarterback a little bit on the run there. Again, Fairview defensively has done a good job really crashing inside. That was the one time maybe they was a little intentional getting the quarterback out in the passing situation.
10 of 15, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns in the game for Zach Schaefer. He's been good, really good. Can he be good enough to try and get his team back in? 5:43 to go. Down 17 points here. 30 unanswered from the Fairview Warriors.
And you can say the same about this offensive line.
Yeah, they've been getting beat up a little bit. And Schaefer goes down. Schaefer goes down. O'Neal's been making plays all night. This time he breaks right through the middle and gets the sack.
It's a classic swim move. Immediately firing off, and O'Neal within 2 seconds, less than 2 seconds, gets the sack.
It's only Fairview's, I believe, 8th sack of the year in game number 7, but a big time for one. 3rd and 16 on their own 30 now for Cuyahoga Heights.
I mean, that is a perfectly executed swim move. Right there out of the nose guard position. Great work.
Talking about both these defenses really finding themselves in the middle part of the season here after some interesting starts. And stops and starts again, and Fairview's defense playing phenomenally now. They're in a long way. Chamberlain with the carry. He's got room to run. Gets brought down near the 34-yard line, so a gain of about 10. One of his longest runs of the evening, and now it's 4th down.
But now 4th and manageable. And maybe that's what that play calls for.
You try to get some of those yards back, especially if you're playing off coverage. You can get 8 to 10 to 12 yards on a run and give yourself an opportunity to try and convert this 4th down.
But again, got to be mindful of clock. You're under 4:30 and counting.
It's getting harder and harder to try and close the gap here just from the play style of Cuyahoga Heights. It's great when you're ahead or if the game is close, but if you find yourself behind a few scores, it can be a bit difficult to close that gap. Schaefer in the shotgun. This could essentially be the ball game here. And drop back to pass, roll to his right, under pressure, throws, sidearm. It's in and out of the hands, incomplete. Van Dibner, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Had a sidearm fling that one and still almost got it in, but and Van Dibner just could not pull that ball in, and Fairview have the ball now on the, it's like about 35-yard line, 34-yard line. of Cuyahoga Heights.
Yeah, hopefully McAleer will be okay. They're defending because just limping off, but what a play. I still can't believe there was almost a chance that play could have been made, you know, after the pressure. You know, that's how elite these quarterbacks are today.
Well, I imagine we're going to get a heavy dose of LaMarcus Clark here on this drive with the score the way it is.
Yeah.
For no reason. Actually, you're seeing Elijah Cochran head out there, too, the backup running back. He may get some work. Clark actually has had an amazing game. 14 carries, 154 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Allen in motion. He's going to get the flip. That's technically a pass. Allen moving forward. Well, Allen making a big play. Down to about the 23-yard line.
And I know we talked about this in the third quarter. That's another snap. I think it's intentional. Another snap that almost hit the ground a little bit there. It was very low, but it's like a pitch. It's like you're getting that pitch up, and you're right. It was a pass technically. My goodness.
It's a little forward flip, and it's going to help the completion percentage.
Yeah, it will. It will. Man.
And they're getting the first down. They're getting yardage on it, so you take it.
What a turn of events, man.
It looks like Clark is back out there now. Bit of a breather. Actually, no, that is Cochran, rather.
Ball came
ball's
out
on the floor here. We'll see who got it. Cochran had the ball and lost it immediately. They're going to say, I think it's Heights football. Cuyahoga Heights going to recover the fumble, and that's huge.
Don't go away yet, folks.
You'd never know. And again, those big plays in the first quarter, that huge touchdown pass, the near 40-yarder, I mean, they've shown the big playability. To be able to make it, you're going to need a couple big ones. But anything is possible.
This is the experience that both coaching staffs want for further development of their kids.
You would have told me, too, in the pregame that, hey, you know, Zach Schaefer's going to outplay Burke Lowry. Taking a shot, right sideline, Van Divner up, incomplete. Late contact, no call from what I'm seeing. No flags on the field. Van Divner had an opportunity there, but it was great coverage by Allen Deep. 2 great receivers of the football. And a good battle. Great ball by Zach Schaefer. Just could not bring it in. You're going to see a couple more of those, I think, before it's all said and done.
Again, not interfering. Duh, that's why it's not pass interference. But, but that's how you defend it, right? That's how you defend it. Even if you don't technically turn around and play the football, well, make sure you're basically shielding the receiver, which is what happened there.
Imagine if you're Fairview, you're probably going to send some people here on this. Try and make Schaefer throw under pressure. Send, pass to the outside, incomplete. He was looking for Tomer. Bottom of your screen, just out of his reach. 3rd down on the way.
And again, a couple more opportunities there. You're mentioning, too, like the pressure. Now, Cuyahoga Heights did a better job on the offensive line of picking up some of those plays, giving your quarterback an opportunity to throw the ball.
Still feeling it a little bit, though. You saw in that pass, maybe a beat a little bit too quick out of the hands. We'll let your receiver run a little bit more of that route to hit him in stride, but Tomer still trying to lay out and make the play, just couldn't bring it in. 3rd down and 10 on their own 26 for the Red Wolves. Down 3 scores. 17 in the ball game. Pressure again. Schaefer's got to roll out. Looking, throwing. It is.
That should be a catch, Kyle.
It is. It's caught. And Divner on the sideline to the 40-yard line. What a catch. 15-yard gain and a 1st down.
That is a great effort. A great effort. The feet in there, and you can even see it there. Just able to get that ball in. Great throw, great catch. Again, under pressure, handling business.
It's a fantastic play. It's been a good game for Van Divner, too. 5 catches, 77 yards, and that touchdown. A huge one in the first quarter. Schaefer getting that shotgun. Got time. Now he's pressured up the middle. He's hit hard, stays on his feet, throws, and it's out of bounds. And they really roughed him up back there.
That might have been one of the best plays this quarterback has made all game.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm not even joking. I'm like, just to get the strength,
off of there.
bounce off.
Tell you what, that was Habishaw got back there and just leveled him, and you know, Schaefer just ate it.
Yeah, he did.
Stayed on his feet.
Yeah, he did a great job there. I mean,
well, again, 6'3", 225. junior quarterback.
He's only a junior.
And he's got room to grow, literally. Second down, pass inside. That one going to be brought in. The 44-yard line.
You know, how many times have we said covering these games, like, okay, we saw a quarterback last year, and then, like, you watch him during the pregame warm-ups a year later, it's like, oh, my goodness, they got bigger. Like, and, like, I think we're going to do Cuyahoga Heights football. Like, if we do another game next year, like, we're going to say the same about this kid.
Excited to see LaMarcus Clark next year, too.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
think we got another Fairview game later in the season as well, so we'll get a chance. Pass short, incomplete. Just looking for Ben Armbrust. First time we've called his name tonight, the junior. So that's going to be 4th down and 7. And again, essentially faced with the ball game here are the Red Wolves. Fairview, if they can hold on, they'll improve to 5-2 and take firm control of the Metro Division in the CVC.
Yeah, this game is critical even on that front because, again, both of these teams have winnable games the rest of the regular season.
Yeah, so that's what makes this head-to-head matchup so important. If they tie, too, of course, the tiebreak will go to Fairview. They can hold on and win. Shea for 4th down, looking, throwing left side. That one is
Incomplete.
in and out of his hands. Couldn't bring it in. Van Dibner just lost it, felt the pressure, and it's good coverage by Fairview to close out. And now a turnover on downs with 2:08 to go in the ball game.
And sometimes it's just a battle within yourself, right? You know, obviously nobody else is going to beat themselves up more on a drop ball than the receiver who dropped it. You know, so it's just a learning lesson. They may or may not skip this play when they watch it back. And, you know, you learn going into next week.
You know, what a crazy start to this game. We mentioned a couple of times. 13-0 lead in the first quarter. It was all Cuyahoga Heights. They recovered an onside kick, stole a possession, scored, missed the extra point, but they found themselves up 2 scores early, and Fairview has just come out like a cannonball in quarters 2, 3, and 4, and they've made a big difference. And they made up the difference, too. We delayed keeper from Lowry, who ends up getting maybe about a yard.
Number 7, Mark Lowry on the
Well, this is where now, hey, your last lesson of tonight is finishing the game. You know, even though, you know, we think, you know, the end result is probably not in doubt, you still got under 2 minutes here. Still got to finish strong, no turnovers, all those little things.
You know, we're hard-pressed here to try and pick a player of the game from the Fairview side. We got a couple names we can think of. I think I know who I want to go with. I don't know about you.
I think I know who I'm picking. I think I know.
Of course,
And it's the person that I said had a limp before a big play.
I think we both are on the same page, partner. Carry for number 5, that's Mason Woodworth. He gets about 5-6 yards.
I mean, there will be an honorable mention, though, for
We get to
the
say it
fumble.
now.
Yeah.
Savion Harris ripping that ball away.
Yeah.
Was phenomenal. One of those plays, I think we saw it one time last year, too, where the ball was ripped out. And it may have been the Fairview game. I'm not exactly sure when that happened.
Maybe Fairview Chagrin
It's possible.
falls maybe last year.
Possible, yeah, but I mean, still, you just don't see that too often. You see guys with the ball, it hits the deck, you know, everyone dives for it. But
And
he
it was
pulled it, took it.
it was a big 4th down conversion, too. Like, it was, my goodness.
Now Lowry taking the knee, and I imagine with the play clock will roll to the end, and that will be the ball game. 30-13 is going to be your final. Fairview, 30 unanswered points. They roar back from a double-digit deficit in that first frame and get the job done. They were down 13-7 at halftime. Outscored Cuyahoga Heights 23-0 in the second half. Talk about finishing games. Coach Rank going to be happy with this one.
If there are people who did not watch this game and they just look at the box score, it's like, oh, 30-13. This is one of those games where the score does not tell the story whatsoever about how this game went down. This was a playoff atmosphere from both teams and a learning experience for both. But again, the player of the game is going to be Clark.
Yeah, LaMarcus Clark
yeah.
had a fantastic night. 14 carries, 154 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Both came in the third quarter. He also had a catch for 20 yards, too. And defensively made some good tackles at the linebacker spot. I mean, he played phenomenal in a game where Burke Lowry went 10 of 16 for 114 yards and 2 interceptions. LaMarcus Clark stepped up in a big way. He is going to be our CVC TV player of the game, courtesy of the Fairview Tavern.
Yeah, definitely. Let's take a look at the recap here, courtesy of the Fairview Tavern. Some of these big plays here in this game. This was, that was the early touch.
The great start for Cuyahoga Heights. I mean, a couple huge touchdown passes to start the ball game, including this big shot to Van Divner down the left sideline. Perfectly placed ball from Schaefer. And you really thought at this point, hey, Cuyahoga Heights, they may run away with this game.
Yeah, you could tell there was some miscommunication with the secondary. It took 3 tries.
Yeah, and then, of course, Lowry able to get in for his only touchdown of the game. It was running. Here was the end of the first half. And with Fairview driving, Lowry, a mistake overthrows the receiver, intercepted by Merriweather, who had a great game. He actually had the onside kick recovery earlier in the first half, too, that set up another score. That passing touchdown. Here's LaMarcus Clark. What a run.
And that
on
block,
this play.
too.
Oh, my goodness.
That block really set things up.
Slicing
and Clark
in
just
and out. Yeah, just what a play.
took it from his stride. You see the stride there? Man, that's good. It's hard to recover if he gets to second level. Here's another big run.
Yeah, Clark was able to turn that corner. And, again, there was a third down, too, where he just ran that play to perfection. And here was the pitch to Clark. I believe actually it's going to be the rollout, and that's going to be the 2-point conversion to Harris. Remember, this made this game a 9-point game at that point, which made it a little more difficult to try and manage. Here was another completion. This one was to Clark, the 20-yarder, where he just kept going.
And
he still
the
didn't
shoulder
go down.
pads. The shoulder pads.
Just got so low. It was a crazy play there. And then, of course, I believe this
The play fake here.
is the interception we saw.
Well, and this ball was, it was just ripped away. It was just ripped away.
And speaking of being ripped away, the 4th down conversion attempt here.
That's a good play.
He's
so
got
far.
it. He's got it. He's inside the 5. And then look at Harris. Rip the ball out, and he's gone.
I still cannot believe it.
And again,
Still.
Schaefer, Merriweather trying to make a play at the end there, but Harris just too fast. And again, what a difference that return made. That was the final score and the proverbial nail in the coffin for this game.
Think about how differently this game would have been if Cuyahoga Heights was able to score, maybe make it a 2-point game, a 1-point game, because it still would have been a 1-possession game. But to go from that to all of a sudden Fairview flipping the field, flipping the score, closing the door on the game.
You blinked in that third quarter, and all of a sudden, Fairview was leading by a touchdown and an extra point. You're just like, or a 2-point conversion. You're like, what's going on? And then, it ballooned into what it did. In the final score, 30-13. And again, your Fairview Tavern player of the game is for the Fairview Warriors, LaMarcus Clark, unofficially 14 carries, 154 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, both in that third quarter, and a 20-yard reception as well. Well, partner, that's going to do it for us. We appreciate you guys tuning in, of course, to CVC TV and your Week 7 game. Fairview's doing jumping jacks because that's what normally teams do after they win.
Yeah, that is true.
When I played Shiloh football in Parma in middle school, after we won, we would spell out the Raiders in our jumping jacks after we won. We went 5-2 that year. And that was my only year of actually playing football. I appreciated that nevertheless.
Hey, don't worry. We did the same thing at Maple. We did the same thing.
Shout out to Coach Loya and company. Hope you guys are doing well out there. But nevertheless.
2 games next week.
We do.
Now, we know the Thursday one. We'll be at Perry on Thursday for Painesville Harvey at Perry. Another matchup of, playoff positioning. Got to win that. Yeah. There's a USC recruit that's involved in this matchup, too. So you got to watch that. And then the Friday game to be determined.
TBD. Make sure you check out our social media handles, too, and see maybe we put out another poll to see where we go next on Friday. But nevertheless, the final again here from Cuyahoga Heights tonight. The visiting Fairview Warriors stomp in and stomp down the Red Wolves 30-13 right here on CVC TV. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you next Thursday.